Live on YouTube. All right, let's do 30 seconds.
You're cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey of crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop.
All right, whatever. What the fuck ever.
Whatever.
Because if I hear anybody say it's hot, I'm gonna just slap somebody. I'm 52 fucking years old, and then you get somebody that's the same age. It's hot. Well, it's been getting hot during July and August and September since you were how old? You know, and like, oh God, man, you don't gotta remind me.
I think it's just more
that
humid.
It's hot.
It's more humid this year.
Is it just me, or do you think that we're getting more of the like the monsoon, like the Arizona weather?
Totally. And I've also noticed, you grew up in Southern California, right?
Yes.
I've noticed that summers are starting later than they did when we were kids. Do you feel that as well?
Right, yes. Because like
definitely.
June, it was like really warm.
Oh, and on the clock.
And then it was cool because when we went to school, we didn't have this whole year-round bullshit. Yeah. It was like the second weekend of June, or second week of June, you that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And you went back the second week of September. So you had the 3 months off.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to the beach, you went to the mall, watched the chicks and hot dog on a stick. Come on, man. Everybody did that.
Even those hot dog on a stick girls.
I went to Catholic school. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're on the wrong show then.
Or you can stick around and just have a lot of confession later.
Yeah, something.
But we got Vinay from Mosaic in the house. Welcome back, Vinay.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, brother.
Good to see you.
And then we've got Peter from Kill Caesar.
Thank you, guys.
And then hopefully we got the singer coming in.
He's here. He's in the parking lot looking for the door.
Very good.
There you go.
As singers do.
Well, let's see how long it takes him.
Yeah.
Let's see how long it takes him to find. Yeah, he should, because I sent it to you. You sent it to him, yeah? Okay, very good. I just want to say it on the air, then we'll have everybody in there.
Yeah, exactly.
My mama coming walking inside her. Hey, what's up? Yeah. How'd you get in here? Oh, you guys said the code on the air. So if you do want to call in, it's 909-323-2626. You have any questions for the guys in Kill Caesar? But I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We'll start out with SoCal Motorcycle Training. If you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, which is, I'm telling you, it's the best way to commute. It takes what? Average person takes that drives a car, it takes them on average 40 minutes to go 10 miles. 10 miles. During, traffic. It might not even be during traffic, Motorcycle rider, 10 miles? About 10, 15
About 39 minutes.
Only if you ride
save
on
a
back of JJ's bike. Because he likes to take the scenic route.
You got to take 10 minutes to put your gear on.
But, and motorcycling is only as dangerous as the person that's behind the handlebars. So if you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle safely, you can go to scmt411.com. And I just might be your instructor. So, and then we've got two more shout outs for two other sponsors. We'll do that a little bit later. And let's see, I got this one. So, if you guys want to go on Chaotic Radio on YouTube, you can see live. There is a comment section down there. You can say any kind of comments. If you don't want to call in, maybe you're a little bit shy, but you don't have to be shy. And then if you're on my FB page, you can make any kind of comments on there. We actually got Sean. What up, dude? giving us a shout out from, I think it's North Dakota. Am I right, Sean? North Dakota, something like that. So there we go. We're out of state. We would have been on the air for not even a minute yet.
There you go.
All right, very good. So thanks for tuning in. So, Vinay, what have you been up to, man? I mean, obviously, I know you touched base with me, and you said, "Hey, I got this great band," and I was telling Peter that this is the first time a band's been on that I have not seen them first. But I told Peter, I says, I trusted, I trust your judgment and Gig Boss judgment. I know you guys know talent, and then you sent me the song, and I was like, wow, I was like, wow, that is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do this.
Appreciate that.
So I know we're gonna plug a gig you guys have coming up and everything. So we'll get all that squared away, and then hopefully when I find out the date of the gig, hopefully I can make it to that gig also. So anyway, so what have you been up to, Vinay?
Yeah. Well, this is what I've been up to in the last. It's taken about 2 years to get this band together, to get all the right members together, and now we just started gigging just a few months ago. So this gig coming up this month on the 17th at the Carmen Bar in Laguna Niguel. This is going to be our third ever time playing live together. So yeah,
I've played
this
there.
is what's new. You played there? How do you like it?
It's different. It's they make the stage on the dance floor.
Yeah.
They raise it up, and then I think it's a Asian guy or a Filipino guy that owns it or something like that. If I remember right. We had when we played there, I think it was J.G. Walker was like he was performing like right before we went on or something. So it was kind of interesting.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm Paul. Nice to meet
Scott.
I'm Peter.
you. Peter. Nice to
I'm
meet you.
Peter.
Do you need to get paid?
Paid? No. No.
Da-da-da. Just get that.
I'm the left pocket. He's the right. We do rob each other.
Put on the headphones and go, huh? Nice.
How would I just get lucky enough to have a Peter and Paul?
That's right.
And here's something
Because
most,
I'm gonna have fun with that tonight.
most
right?
people don't realize. We're actually brothers.
Are you really?
No, I'm kidding. The glasses and the hair.
I was
not
gonna say
related.
because his eyes are tighter. That's
Okay, so you get to guess their nationalities. How's that? Since you brought it up.
oh well. I mean, my girl is Japanese,
Okay.
so she's pure Japanese. Sometimes she has Mexican in her, but
I would say either Filipino or Korean.
See, I'm gonna. I was gonna say
Ding, ding.
Filipino,
Yeah.
and I was going to say Korean but obviously you said Ding, so you gave that away. Or I was gonna say Pacific Islander. So
No, I'm good. I'm Korean, man.
Guilty as
Korean.
charged.
Okay.
I'm Korean.
Filipino,
All right,
guilty
very
as
good.
Yeah,
charged.
my girl is Japanese, Filipino, and Mexican.
You know, guys, I tell you, man, that's
Yeah.
one of the coolest things today is that you have such a blend and a melting pot. People say, oh, things are so much better in the old days, but you know what's really cool is that there's not as much segmentation. If you like a
No.
chick, she likes a guy, it doesn't matter where you are. I'd like to see
Exactly.
that kind of blending. That's part of the reason I moved to California. So that's pretty cool you guys brought that up.
yeah, I think actually, my girl is like probably one of the last because everybody is mixed now.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Send your blood into one of those.
Ancestry.
Yeah.
Ancestry.com
I'm not mixed.
thing.
I'm pure-blooded Italian, Mexican, Scottish, English, Irish, Dutch.
Dalmatian Chihuahua.
There you go. It doesn't matter.
But my girlfriend is just pure-blooded Japanese. But now her her sisters are too. But the family now is different. You know, like her kids are Mexican and Japanese. Not from me though. But it's to get a pure, I mean it's just a very rarity now.
Yeah.
But I grew up in I'm Mexican, adopted into a white family, so I mean the whole melting pot thing was when I grew up. So I grew up in that whole thing where it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I own a motorcycle shop. I mean, I got it's like the goddamn the entire world as
Yeah.
far as customers. I can go from one country to the other in one day.
Yeah.
But so tell me how this whole thing, because you say we
Yeah.
created the band. So was it one of those things kind of like Missing Persons was put together?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Tell me that story.
Remember Missing
From
Persons, right?
Zappa's band, right? Most of the.
Yeah, so that band was actually someone found the members and put them together to
Yeah,
form
most of
Missing
them-
Persons.
Yeah, but I thought most of them came from Zappa's band. Bozio, the bass player. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
but they they were still like someone said, hey,
Oh, the
you
management
need
just
to
kinda-
Yeah, management,
create this
yeah.
band.
Right.
So it wasn't like Missing Persons, went and like toured for like 3 years and dive bars and things like
Right.
that. Like a lot of bands are doing.
Right.
So anyways.
Yeah. Well, so it started. So this is the story. I put out an ad on Craigslist. I had this idea that I was going to do a band, like a tribute band that was going to be fusing Tool and Pink Floyd. So it was going to be Tool music and Pink Floyd lyrics. And I thought, this is a fucking brilliant idea. And I put an ad out, and Paul responded to it. And we got together and we talked about it. And after a couple of hours of sitting around having coffee and just jamming ideas together, I finally got the the impression from him that your idea is shitty. Let's just do an original band.
Yeah, I don't know about shitty, but it just didn't seem appealing after a while. After a while talking, we've gone through the steps, through the years of being in different bands, and it just didn't really sound interesting to me to do other people's music.
Yeah. See, so
You
he's
know,
putting
as
it.
much.
He's putting it
So
in a kind way. But anyway,
Yeah.
you can.
No,
it's-
Paul, just be. This is bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, being in a tribute band is not easy, and
Yeah.
yeah,
it takes a lot of
Right.
effort and a lot of you got to look and sound the part, and that's
Yeah.
and it
that's
takes
usually-
perfection, man.
It does,
It
'cause
takes
there's-
a precise perfection to doing a right tribute.
yeah, it's really hard, but it's fun at the same time. I mean, I was doing original music before, long before I ever thought about doing a tribute, and I never thought I'd be doing it, but it's turned out great and it's been successful. So
Yeah, just in case you didn't know, he's the drummer for Mr. Crowley.
Okay, nice, sweet.
Very, very huge, popular tribute, Aussie tribute band.
Yeah.
So that's what. So as soon as you said, "Yeah, we're gonna play here," you go, I've been there. I played there.
I remember because of
We
the
get all
J.J.
country
Walker
coming
thing.
in. People walk saying, "Yeah, we're gonna be playing there." Yeah, played there. I think there's a place you haven't played yet.
Who knows?
All right. So
I'm sure there's plenty.
okay, so you guys, so Vinay and Paul,
Yeah.
you guys got together, and then
And then so we started getting together and just working on tunes and kind of thinking about, okay, what do we know? He had some tunes from his old band. I had a couple that were also in the closet. Okay, some ideas started to form. So then I came up with this idea of, okay, let's really do something different. If we're going to do an original band, let's try and do something really kind of eclectic. Let's commit to the idea that we're gonna be open to doing whatever we want to do. We have jobs. We're not dependent on the money. We're not trying to impress, 18-year-old girls. Let's play the music we want to play.
you are.
We're not?
What?
Hold up.
What?
So so anything goes. And what's that? Odd time signatures, 20-minute tunes, whatever we want to do, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think originally we were kind of looking for more of the easterny kind of vibe to the angle to how do we kind of incorporate some of the eastern scales and stuff. And we were kind of listening to a couple of tunes, and then we just kind of, well, why don't we just get a string player and try that route. And,
Yeah. So then I happened to know a string player, which is Peter. So we invited him to come and jam with us. And for a while, it was just the three of us getting together. Almost for about a year, right? We were
Yeah.
just working out
Yeah,
tunes and
yeah.
kind of getting a fit for what is this going to sound like.
And we'd have a couple bass players come in or try them out, a couple of drummers, right?
Yeah,
And
right.
they were good guys, good musicians, but it just, the chemistry or it just didn't work out.
Right. Yeah. So long story short, we pulled together coincidentally. This was just by accident. 2 other Asian guys on drums and on bass. We did have some white guys in the beginning who were fantastic, but they just didn't last for whatever reason. The 2 guys' names are Ben and Johan. Hey guys, hope you're listening.
Guys, we miss you.
And so then about 6 months later, we got a small catalog of tunes together, recorded a demo. More than demo, so a 4-song EP, which is out on Bandcamp now. And now we've got about a 30, 45-minute set that's pretty decent, and we're out playing, and that's where we are at.
And we're gonna play a couple tunes tonight,
Yeah.
Obviously. But if someone wants to download the music, they can go on to Bandcamp and then download the tunes, right?
That's right.
And for what, like 50 cents or something like that?
Yeah, they're right. It's like,
Some
like
really
99
ridiculous,
cents.
right?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
dollar.
We're less
You
than
know?
UNICEF.
for the cost of a Starbucks Frappuccino Machino.
Oh, a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than that. I mean, I can't. Since we're on this thing of coffee, like I have my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
I have a coffee maker at my shop. I buy Folgers. I buy creamer. So each cup of coffee, and I drink a 16-ounce thing of coffee. Probably costs me 75 cents.
Yeah.
I can get the same exact fucking thing from Starbucks for $8.
Hey, speaking to the front of the mic.
Yeah. We can't hear you.
Hey, blow my rod. So, yeah, and we said the whole coffee thing. So, and actually, you're wrong. It's much
Much
less
than a
than
cup of
a
coffee.
freaking frappuccino or whatever. Oh, that's
Fancy
stupid shit.
chino.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, well, great. And then, so do you guys have another gig outside this one you guys got coming up?
Not yet. Yeah, we're now looking to. We're looking for more gigs basically. So yeah, anybody that's listening, like what you hear, know somebody that you can refer us to, awesome. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're kind of fortunate because between Paul and V and Ben are very much particularly sort of electronically multimedia, very savvy, and they're kind of saying, guys, this is what we need to do next to sort of push the border to get us out there, which is great for someone like me who only knows how to spell social media. I'm still into the whole, chalk, slate board, and homing pigeons thing, and these guys are on the leading edge. So we're lucky, and I'm grateful that these guys at V's always innovating how we're getting out there, which is fantastic.
Well,
Yeah, it's so easy to get your music out there nowadays.
yeah,
It is. I mean, outside of the old school days when you had to go down there and you had to flyer,
yeah,
all night, and hopefully people are gonna show up at the show, sell merch and what have you. Now it's like, shoot, click, 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 boom,
yeah.
and then there it is. The music's right there.
That's right.
I know that I like it, so I mean, those of you that are listening, it's definitely going to be a treat. You're gonna love what you hear. Like I said, bands don't sit inside the studio unless I've actually visually watched you on stage. But I was really impressed because I get so much recording stuff, and it's like some of it's like you can tell it was like with a old school like a recorder.
Yeah,
Remember
right.
the old school one? You
Jazz
press
cams?
play, and record at the same time.
A little flip up cassette.
And you're like going,
Yeah.
no, we can't play that on the air, dude. That's I have to you'll go into the studio. Where'd you guys record at?
So we recorded actually multiple places. I have a home studio, and then one of our bandmates' friends also has a home studio. So we did kind of a little bit of both. I did all the guitar tracks at home. We did most everything else in his studio. Oh, and then the drums, actually, he brought his whole rig to Ben's house, our drummer's house, and we did it there. So it was technically a home recording, but it was not just, hey, I'm going to put this on GarageBand and use all these, out-of-the-box
Yeah, no, I'm sure
patches. No,
well, I mean, look at Phil Collins. What album was that? He recorded the entire album in his house. What
Was it
album
Hello, I Must Be Going, or the one after that, or Studio, or earlier?
I think
I think it was
one,
the earlier stuff.
Yes, the earlier one.
The one with that big famous drum fill.
Yeah. From
Yes.
to
Yes. Yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah,
Rat?
yeah.
In the Air Tonight.
And
Brad had one of the best homemade albums too. Like In the Cellar, they did completely on their own. It was like their opening EP.
Oh yeah. Racked Out of the Cellar.
Yeah, Out of the Cellar.
Yes, absolutely
I
correct.
recorded one in Idaho home studio for this band called Jamfinger I was with, and recorded the whole thing and mastered it at a studio. I think it came out well, and I sent it to KLOS when they were doing the local licks, and Kelly Cox called me a week later and said, "Okay, you're gonna be on. We got 4 songs. I need to do an interview with you and all this." And
Yeah.
a week later, after mailing it out, I was like, "Okay, cool."
Well, now
So
the
you never
stuff's it's all digital, because what was the first one that started doing that? Help me out there.
Pro
we
Tools?
recorded. We
Pro
recorded.
Tools.
We didn't even do
Yeah.
that. We had two ADATs that we mixed down. The
Yeah.
it was like those super VHS types.
Right.
Well,
You
in
can
the Tascam.
link them together.
Yeah, I remember that.
They worked out great.
But like I said, nowadays you got the pro. Well, now there's stuff, lots of different programs now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was like 2000.
But it's all like digital recording. The stuff sounds so thick, like you actually went and into a studio. It's kind of like record companies. You really don't need a record company anymore.
No. I mean,
know?
I tell this to related to Mosaic. Sometimes I get people messaging me and saying, "Hey, how do I get a gig? How you give me some advice?" Blah blah blah. I tell bands, you have the same tools available to you to create your product and market yourself as, name any band out there, Foo Fighters, this, that. They're doing the same thing you are. You just have to learn to get good at it.
And actually, speaking of Foo Fighters, he records his stuff on 2-inch reel-to-reel in his basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. He's like, I'm going to the studio.
Yeah.
I'm doing this old school. Well, we got to retake that.
Right.
Like, I miss those days.
Yeah.
It has such warmth to it, and like click tracks. I don't use click tracks. Some people, majority of people I know, but you gotta have click track. Well, if you don't have good timing, I mean, you would have to have someone that's like sitting there listening to your timing, like they're just so obsessed with timing. And so, listen, why are you listening to doing that? I mean, if I'm off by like a fraction, he was off by like this much. You know what I mean? You're
Well,
like,
it's when they wanna cut
dude,
and
you're
paste.
trying to fucking overthink this whole thing. You should be listening to me. Do you like the music? Like old school jazz.
Oh yeah.
They were all inside the same goddamn studio. They put the mics up there and they played.
Yeah.
Smooth jazz.
That's how it was.
That's right.
So, my girl chimed in. She's like, she heard me. I guess she obviously heard that I said yes. Sometimes she has a Mexican in her. It's pure Japanese. Hi, Muffin. And then Sean says, "Oh, Gillette, Wyoming. Gillette. Gillette. That's a razor. I haven't heard of
And a
Gillette.
stadium for
Gillette,
the
Wyoming.
Ironically, nobody probably shaves there.
Oh damn.
That's your kind of people, the JJ.
Yeah, it is.
But JJ likes chicks with hairy legs.
Harry, everything.
I was talking about like guys with hairy faces, actually, but yeah, that too.
I've been thinking about mobbing a beard.
Yeah, I can't relate. I've got like 12 carpet fibers stuck to my chin, so all I can do is be jealous of the masculinity. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, my only thing is I can't it doesn't grow thick here, so I would probably look like someone from Al Qaeda or something. So I'm like,
Yeah.
did one of those things where you make a picture of me with a beard, and I looked at him like going, yeah, no. But what if I do look better than this? So it's just one of those things. But I think I'm just rocking this for right now. Whenever Tiff's at, that lady's always she's the first one to try.
She, I think she was going to the gym or something. I think she's going to the mall and then the gym or something like that. I don't know.
All right. So how many people are in the band?
It's 5 people.
5. Okay. So obviously a bass player and a drummer.
Guitar, bass, drums, violin, and vocals.
A violin. I'm assuming
That's Peter.
Peter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And guitar then.
I play guitar, but I haven't played with the band yet because he's way better, and I'd be like filled with shame. No, I'm kidding. I just hasn't come up yet. And really, the material that we're doing, which is fantastic, is based on stuff that V had already written, that Paul had, that Ben, the drummer, already had. So we've got a lot of good content those guys have already written. I'm still waiting to put pen to paper and maybe start writing something as well.
Okay. Very nice. And shit, I just hit a brick wall. I mean, I had the question right there, dude, and I went wham right against the fucking wall.
You know what I was going to say? Is
I do that way too much.
V put the band together, but he's the lead guitarist, but there's none of the Napoleon factor with him because you can suggest things. We all can say, I don't like that idea, and he's really cool. There's none of this, well, I put the guys together, and if you don't like this measure or you don't like the way that's played, I can usually punch your ass out the door. He's not like that at all.
I'm sure Zig's surprised to hear that too.
Paul, as a singer, fantastic singer, he doesn't have the singer's halo and ego. The guy is like so open. He can sing anything, all different styles. There are singers and there are musicians, and these guys are true musicians because true musicians can play different modes. They can adjust when the time signature goes off or accelerates or slows down. They can adjust for pitch. These guys are true musicians, and I say this sincerely that I feel real lucky to play with great musicians who are great people as well.
Well, especially when you get that when you're jamming like when you and Paul got together.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, okay, yeah, we mesh. So, and it's just about where you want to go.
Yeah.
You know, then of course
Absolutely.
Peter comes in and then you guys mesh. Like, okay, where you want to go? So obviously, the bass player and the drummers have been like, okay, well, you're good, but you're not meshing. I mean, you have to mesh.
Yeah, you have to be able to improvise, like too, like when he's saying like you go off a little bit or you go into something different.
Exactly.
You were talking about like 20-minute songs. I used to be in a band called Silent Planet, and we'd go off in these weird space jams, and it's just because he was a huge Zappa fan.
Yeah.
So he'd go on these weird tangents, and 20-minute jams when you could just improvise and just know each other when you're going to go and stop or go into a breakdown or a different style. That's important.
Absolutely. A lot of our new material that we're writing now is coming out of jams. Like I'll bring a recorder,
Yeah.
To our rehearsals, and sometimes we'll just let it go for
And you just cut
15,
out what
20
you don't
minutes.
like.
Yeah, and then I'll take it home and I'll listen to. Okay, that part was okay. Let's see if we can work on that, and then maybe it'll develop into something.
God, I've got cassette tapes like from back in way the old days when I used to do that, just with an old ghetto box or whatever, and you just record shit that you're just
It's called
coming
a
up
boom
with.
box, not a ghetto box.
Ghetto box,
Only a
boom
white
box.
guy would come up with that. A ghetto box.
He's trying to be PC.
I always said jam
Yeah,
box.
we got materials from the first few months that we were playing together that we can actually turn into
Yeah.
several songs. It just feels.
So, what different types of music were going through your head to come up with what you get? I mean, obviously, you wanted some odd time signature. You wanted.
Yeah. So I grew up listening to prog rock, Rush, yes, this, that. That was like, and even more current bands like Tool and Dream Theater and stuff.
Actually, Tool's been around for.
They've been around for a long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I shouldn't call them a new band.
Right.
They're
that was
finally finally coming out with that album.
That's right.
This
Look at
month.
this
10
Holy
years,
shit.
right? It was 10 years since the last album.
That's right. I guess that's why I think of them a new band because they only have 4 albums out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right. They're not a new band at all. So so when I first put the ad out, I kind of named all these bands that I thought, okay, let's see if anybody even responds to this. And luckily, Paul did. He just happened to have a lot of the same interests. So, but yeah, there was a mix of like prog rock influences and
Rush, Yellow, I know have been big.
yeah, a
influences
lot
for
of
you guys.
post grunge, but even things like Radiohead and Tea Party, which is a band out of Canada that not too many people know about, but Paul and I are really into that band, and yeah, so that's kind of where it started. Let's see if we can get that vibe. You brought up 70s music and kind of how a lot of those bands were influenced by everything that was going on around him. It wasn't just about one genre of music. It was because there was so much happening and some exploding at one time.
Right. I find a lot of bands, because we do have a lot of bands come through the studio here. Because I was telling Peter that, the thing about the Zig Zone is that we definitely support local bands, and it's amazing that we get younger, like in teenage, early 20s, and then they talk about I really like that Zeppelin and Doors, and I'm like, I'm just completely blown away, but I'm at the same time I'm not, because from the 60s to the late 80s that was such a real awesome time of music. There was so much creativity
That's right.
during those 30 years
That's
that it's just, you just got to, whether it be the Stones or Gene Krupa or whatever, it's you can take any kind of genre of music and just put it in with
right.
that's Ziggler, so don't
Yeah,
Because
sorry,
Vinay's-
Gene
Vinay's
Simmons.
looking at me like going,
Genre.
did he just say genre?
No, sorry, Gene Simmons. There
I
was
have-
some good rock coming on.
I
of
have
the
to give
USA
him,
at that
I have to
time,
give him
right?
shit every time he comes up with his wording. We call it Ziglish.
Can I tell you guys a funny story? We
Yes,
had
you
gotten
may.
together 2 or 3 times, And I finally said to him, I said, okay, we've gotten together 2 or 3 times, but you guys haven't actually told me if I passed some sort of audition or test. He goes, oh, you're in. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you could have told me that because I was wondering, oh, did I pass or not?
Well,
Just an assumption that, well, you're here for a third time, right?
Yeah.
yeah. That was just my vote. We're still waiting for his. So.
Okay, well, I think that, we've kind of bullshitted enough. Why don't we hear some music?
Let's do that.
All right.
So what's this first song you're going to play for us with JJ?
I don't know.
No.
Well, look.
Play.
I had to get back to the screen.
Yeah, there.
Oh wait, he's gonna tell me which one.
What's the first one on the screen?
More.
Go for it.
All right. Do you want to give it a little background info first?
Yeah, so this song was originally written by our drummer, Ben, and we came in and just completely rehashed it, made it something new, made something of our own. So anyway, let's enjoy it.
Yeah, and big props to Dan, the guy who recorded everything for us.
Yes, thank you, Dan.
Dan. Yep.
Yeah. Dan, good job.
Cool.
Go for it.
Here it is.
Nice. I like that.
Thank you.
So I wasn't, and also those of you that are on FB, you got to go on YouTube, because if you're on FB, I see this right here. This is all list of people that are all tuning in. So
They can't hear it.
No, it does go through Facebook.
Does
when
it?
we're
Does it go through
connected to Mevo.
Facebook now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Mevo runs through the same system somehow. I don't know how. But
The audio system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't. I thought it didn't. So
then
well,
again, like
anyways.
it's connected on a separate thing. How does it
I don't know.
feed through?
But and there's a lot of people that are chiming in. So if you have a question for the band, you can do it on FB. I'll read it to you, or read it to the band, or on YouTube. Let's check the YouTube one. Not yet. There are people chimed in, but not. Don't be shy. Or you can call in 909-323-2626 and ask the band personally what question you have for them. But I was saying, because we were I was trying to think of the structure and the highs and lows of how the vocal was being sung, and I was thinking of Armored Saint the same way. It just reminded me of that. I don't like to say you guys, because you guys definitely sound like Armored Saint. I'm trying to pick out the different people, each person's personality in a certain tune.
Genry.
Well, they're kind of influenced, yeah. Because at the beginning, I got a lot of Rush.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
when vocals
the
came
music's
in,
a
it was
whole,
it was totally different. So that's what I was trying to still figure out.
It's great because you can tell there's a lot of different influences in that.
Yeah, you know what?
Because the vocals are not coming from the same direction. As far as me, are not coming from the same direction. It fits like a puzzle, perfect.
Thanks.
But it's
Yeah,
not.
it's,
It's not from the same. It's not from the same era the music's coming from, which I really liked.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been together, me and Vinay and Pete for a while now, and with Ben and Johan, the five of us together, we've been playing probably less than a year, right? So it to me it all just kind of still feels new, right? I mean, we get together as much as we can, but the music and the identity of the band, I think I personally think we still kind of struggle to find the identity of what the real music of the five of us can bring together. I mean, we've gotten together, we kind of hashed out the old ideas and the old things, and we try to make it work. We try to do a quick recording of it to get some play. But for me, I think the real identity of the band, I think just kind of still needs to come out, and I don't know what that is. Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think, and we had a conversation with this on a previous show. The one-hit wonders, they come in, boom, they have this great hit or a couple hits, boom, and then they're gone. You know what I mean? But the bands that actually were that still progressed to find themselves, like the Foo Fighters, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, each album got better.
Yeah.
Right, and you can tell they got more and more in sync, with their personalities and their thought process, So, yeah, it's interesting that you said that, because I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and it takes a while. I mean, my idea of a free flowing organic music, me and Vinay talked about it, several times, but wouldn't it be nice just to kind of go to a show and just close your eyes and just play for 40 minutes without any thought, and just let the music flow, right? And just that's for me,
true.
that's prog rock. I mean, that's just
Well, that was like a lot of the Jam Finger and the Silent Planet. Those bands were like that. I could just close my eyes and I knew what those guys would do.
right.
But we had been playing together for so many years that we just knew each other's style, and it was a little 3-piece band too.
Yeah.
So that when the longer you're together and the more comfortable you get with each other's style, and you know exactly what that person's going to do and what you can expect and how to write and change it if you want to change that style too.
And it also opens yourself up to more creativity.
Oh, that's what I just said.
Okay, yeah. So let's the next the next album. We're not going to venture off into, we're not going to be like metal, and then also we're going to do a jazz album. That's just stupid. Metallica, but
Metallica don't do jazz.
Jazz. Come on.
I'm just saying that
Opeth
from one
does,
extreme to
and they're
another.
good.
I was making a point. From one extreme to another, obviously it went right over that Italian, Jewish, Arabic, whatever head of yours, and the hairy legs. So
You want to see my legs?
No.
not really, but because you're always looking to improve yourself.
Yeah,
You know, okay. Well, here's where we're at. We really like this, but you know what? Let's adventure. You know, more. You
Let's
know,
challenge ourselves. Let's challenge the audience even a little bit. You know.
I mean, because there's only really, really a handful of bands that just stay with what works, which is AC/DC. I don't think they can change.
No.
They did. I forget what album it was, but they did kind of like a few songs on the album, just kind of like they were like experimenting and like, yeah, no, that's not working. And I think they realized it, and they just stayed with what works.
What was that Razor's
You know,
Edge one? Where they
Razor's Edge, yes.
got, yeah, where they got
I like Who
Chris,
Made Who.
Chris, what was that drummer's name? Chris something. The bald guy.
Chris Slade.
Chris Slade, yeah.
I thought they were
it was a
kinda-
different vibe. I just didn't I didn't dig it.
Yeah, that was the album. Yeah.
They kind of changed their sound a little bit with Who Made Who, but it was still classic AC/DC.
Yeah, but I,
like
like
that
that. What was that movie that had the whole soundtrack of the album?
That
to it?
was
The Alien
oh
Invasion
god damn it! I just
with the
forgot
trucks
it.
and all that.
Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah.
That is a good movie.
You talk about like a
Corny,
tonal
but
thumbprint. I heard Steve Lukather from Toto say something a couple years ago that he had listened to a top-selling pop album. I don't have anything against pop, but he said 9 of the 11 songs were basically the same key with about the same metronome and rhythm. They just changed the lyrics, and I think we took one song out of our set list because they sounded so similar, both in D major, about the same metronome count. And he was cool about it. It was his baby, but you know he's not such an egomaniac that says, "Oh, my shit's got to stay on the list." He goes, that one stays out because it sounds similar to
I'm
another
gonna
one.
correct this. It's killing me.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
That's much better.
Yeah.
It's a side mic.
So I know that when he says, okay, when I play a solo, I'm always trying to think, am I in danger of playing the same exact thing? And I'll actually during the week I'll go through some classical music scores and look at different writings and different ways to change a major, minor key back. I know that may sound too techie, but my fear, I'm definitely afraid of playing the same thing and putting the same thumbprint on. So you're talking about finding who we are. At least for me, within the band, I try to make sure I'm not repeating or playing the same thing. I still may be guilty of it, but I'm always trying to avoid it.
Yeah, which that keeps you fresh. You know, like I said, there's only a handful of bands. The Stones, it's the Stones. If they said, "Oh, this is a new band," and they just put it out there, let's say you didn't even have the vocals on it, you'd know it was the Stones, right?
Yeah.
So it's other than that, you have to keep on moving forward. You know, and keep trying to find yourself, better yourself. You know, I think so.
Yeah.
Because that's what music is. Music is an adventure.
Absolutely.
It's not a car that you sit in and you drive and you just you're stuck in this box. You know, music is like, you're walking and you're on the beach and then you go through the desert and the mountains and then it's a huge adventure. You know, it's like, being a musician my entire life. I started playing drums in marching band when I was 11 years old, and then started playing for the jazz band in junior high.
I did the same thing.
And it's just, and I've never stopped playing music, and it's just, and I've been in different, genre of bands, and just, whether it be, original or, filling in for cover bands, or just like having bands like, hey, our drummer's too drunk, man. Can you fill in? Sure, what the hell? Your shit's 4/4. That's easy to do. I can fill it in. I mean, literally, no band practice. I've been at a gig, a band opened up for another band, and their shit was just basically just straightforward, where the drummer got all fucked up, so he's back in the back, passed out, and like, hey Zig, you mind filling in before you break down your kit because our drummer's passed out in the back. And I'm like going, yeah, sure, what the hell? I already knew them. We played with them several times, and it was like, okay, shit. All right, if I fuck up, just turn up your amplifiers And it was basically just 4/4. Boom, boom, boom. It just the changes, It's, I missed a few changes, but hey, everyone was like, by that time the whole bar was all jacked up anyway, so they're like, mosh pit, and so it was all good.
I'll tell you, man, true story. I was there was a band in Seattle that the singer just kind of left. All of a sudden, they had to do the gig the next night, and I actually improv the entire show without even looking or listening to their music.
The vocals?
Yep.
Oh wow, that'd be impressive. That would be
it was
impressive.
Paul, what did you actually?
It was fun.
And I got a
remember what I
DeVito.
did.
And I got a
It was
DeVito.
just, I mean, it was a very it was very heavy. There was a lot of rapping, but I made it through the whole set. I mean, it was just like the whole thing was just like lyrics and everything, just new, fresh, right? And that to me is just being able to enjoy the music, right? The just kind of dynamics of being in the moment, and being able to just kind of embrace, what it doesn't matter what comes next. You just go for it, right? I mean, it was great. I mean, it was a great experience for me.
You have one of those stories, Vinay?
Not that exciting. No, that's pretty good. Walking up
Yeah,
on
I mean,
stage.
it was a
and
small show,
improving
but
a
I mean,
whole
it
show,
was
that's
fun. I
pretty
mean,
damn good.
it's, it was fun.
I know he does.
Oh yeah.
Do you have one of those stories, Peter?
Yeah, actually I do. But all right, so this sounds like a snotty classical music thing, right? But when you play classical music, you got to learn how to read all the music and stuff. But what happens is, on the plus side, someone says, "Hey, we have to play this, blah blah blah. We have to play an event. We need a third or fourth fiddle to play a quartet or quintet." And they give you the sheet music, you read through it, and then you got about 2 minutes and you play. So that's where the training kicks in, and so it's probably not as stressful there, but it's not as fun because, classical music, it's so quiet, you can hear a mosquito fart. And if you make one mistake, it's the big pimple on your forehead when you're on high def TV sort of thing. So, yeah, I've gone in and played stuff blind, but it's with the sheet music. But it's much more fun playing with these guys because rock and roll, you can make a mistake. And my brother gave me a hint. He goes, "Hey, if you ever mess up on stage playing live jazz or rock," he said, "play the wrong note 3 times, and everybody thinks it's an accidental. It's supposed to be that way." And so I played 3 times. I'm like, "Yeah, I meant to do that." They don't know. Oh shit, I fucked it up.
It's true.
Right. Well, it's just like a drummer. And Vijay, you'll
Yep.
back me up on here. I've gone in where I completely was like a whole measure off. Like they went into the change, and I'm like, "Oh shit! Well, let me just do a killer drum fill right here, bing, 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 bing," and I'm boom right back on. It was like, yeah,
Zig is going off.
That's pretty good.
drummers. We have the easy way out when it's a string because now it's a note. That's very difficult. And I've watched people, make a mistake and then cover it up. But it's like going, "Yeah, no, that was the wrong key, dude. Just want to let you know you should have been on somewhere else on your fret."
I think my stories are going to be a little more like that. Not really improvising, more like fucking up and pretending it's improvising. But
Okay, but when you sort of got off the whole measure, were you thinking about something else like pizza or your girlfriend or your motorcycle?
No, I mean, well, it's in my younger days, so I was probably there was probably a chick with a nice pair of tits, and I'm like just going, "Wow, look at those things," and I'm, "Oh shit, I'm actually performing right now."
Yeah,
you
can zone out pretty quickly. Yeah.
It's easy to do that, especially when I was in the metal band. So all the chicks were leather, and this is when you can actually wear spikes into the club. So it was like leather and spikes and lace.
yeah.
Oh man, I think I got a Woody.
Oh, wait. I will tell you the biggest fuck up I had. Playing in church on Christmas years ago with my older brother who's way better than I am. And I was hungry. I'm thinking, man, I want to go eat after this. I get off count. Is in church, right in front of everybody. My brother very quietly kicks me in the shin. He goes, "Fucking count, goddammit." I'm like, "Merry Christmas to you." Whew. True story. So,
Keith Harrison says, "What's happening?"
Keith Harrison.
Just say what's happening.
What's happening, Keith?
There you go.
Keith, how are ya?
He's tuning in. I'll tell you
I was
guys,
thinking-
that's all you got to do.
Is this someone famous I should know? Keith Harrison.
You never know.
Sounds
You
famous.
never know.
Never know, right?
You never know when it comes to listening to the Zig Zone. JJ, have you met my buddy Ray
I don't
at
know.
the shop? I think you fucking Peter looks just like my buddy Ray. I swear to God, dude. I was like, when you first walked in, I'm like, going, what the fuck's Ray doing here?
I don't think I have met Ray.
No?
Well, what you're seeing is post gender change. So
Oh. But nice, but he's a really good friend of mine. I mean,
thank you.
Been one of my best friends for many years. But you look just like him, dude. If I show you a picture of him, dude, you're gonna trip. I do have one. I just gotta dig it up. Okay. I'm not gonna spend a part of my show trying to look at a picture. Shit, god damn it! I hit a fucking wall again. I was right there. The question was right there. Yes, please. That's probably what I need.
Oh shit! Were you signaling to me to get one?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
man.
I'm back. I'm back on track.
Well, it gets us all.
Fusa. Okay, so now, I forget what band it was that had the electric violin, and he was just
ELO?
rocking the shit.
was it yellow or
Kansas, ELO.
UK.
He was like he was up front. He was
Ponty? Jean-Luc Ponty or
King Crimson. He was up front.
Charlie Daniels? See the resemblance?
right. You'd have to have an accent at that point. It was, God dang it!
Which era?
Come on, you're gonna have to help me out here, Scott.
What decade? Give us a
It
decade.
was,
Violin?
yeah, it was up front and was just
Dave
kinda-
Matthews.
I guess this is time that I
man,
tell the
fuck.
truth that
So
I've
this
been
is-
I've been lip syncing the whole time on my violin.
metal?
It's not me playing.
Was it metal?
It was all kind of metalish. This was like late '80s.
Late '80s with electric violin.
Yeah.
Was it that
Oh
one
my
weird guitar
God.
player that had
they weren't
all
like
the
hugely
guitars?
famous?
You know, Lindsey Sterling is one of my favorite violin players, but that's not metal.
No.
No,
I don't know.
I'm going to see her Wednesday night at the OC Fair.
Oh shit!
Are you really?
Seriously, I'm not.
I didn't know she was
No problem.
playing.
She's great.
Shit, I'm going to see Godsmack and Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Toyota Arena.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait for that.
we played OC Fair just last week or a week before? A week before.
Oh, I love going down there.
God, what was it? It was an odd day or something. I think it was Saturday, like during the day, but it was still a good crowd
Did you play which?
in the hangar.
Hot.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was kind of like an Yngwie Malmsteen of violence. God, you
Oh,
guys, come on.
Michael something. Not Michael Anthony, but Michael. Yeah, I think I know.
Go, one of us in this fucking
Yeah.
studio has got to know who
my
I'm
God.
talking about.
He had
was-
that weird guitar that was like kind of like copying Steve Vai with the multiple necks. and all that.
Michelangelo? No.
Michelangelo.
Not him.
No.
No. Somebody, if you're
Late
listening and you know what I'm
80s.
talking about, just post. I'll know the name as soon as I see the name. I'm like, that's it.
Boom.
But
How about this? We'll up the stakes. Somebody call in with the right answer. We'll give you 2 free tickets to our next gig.
Oh,
How's
there
that?
you go.
Yeah.
See that? If you can come up, it was a violinist. It was like a really showy, like Yngwie Malmsteen kind of violinist, up front, badass, and it was late '80s.
I don't remember
So,
anybody
if
doing
you
that in the
can-
late '80s.
It,
It was
I'm
like either
telling you,
before
I
or
was-
after.
No,
I
It was
wouldn't-
mid to
yeah.
late '80s.
Late,
and if
I was in a
you-
monastery baking bread in the late '80s, so don't ask me.
If you know that answer, then you can get 2 free tickets to the next.
Next
you had to
show
use
at,
the
Kill
X-Men?
Caesar.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with Kill Caesar?
Okay, I was waiting for that question. How did we? I don't even remember.
Oh man, we were looking at everything that was taken, everything that was still there. It was already there. We were kind of looking for like a different angle. We were kind of looking for like a. I don't know. We got caught up in the Caesar thing for a while, I think, and Roman thing for a while.
I know how I got caught up in the Caesar thing. So I was watching Marlon Brando movie where it was a Julius Shakespeare Caesar, and I was thinking, yeah, the Caesar. Thing
Oh,
is
one of his
cool.
original movies.
Yeah,
yes.
right. And yeah, so Kill Caesar. I think it just kind of floated to the top somehow. But the idea was supposed to be something a little bit edgy, and the message would be just kind of a revolt against tyranny of all sorts, whatever that tyranny is, you know.
Yeah, I kind of looked at it a different way. I mean, the Kill Caesar for me was more of a, you need to you need to kind of subdue the self a little bit, just kind of kill the self a little bit, and you know, make sure that you know, you stay humble, and make sure that you know, it's honest, right? And you know, there's no selfishness about it, you know, and just the things like that. Just kind of a positive, more of a kind of a positive thing for me.
Okay.
And,
So you're saying I'm the tyrant in this band? Is that
yeah,
what you're saying? Oh.
yeah, pretty much.
I got a question for you guys. What do you guys think of the name Empty Bottle?
What kind of band?
Like bluesy rock.
That's what I was thinking it would be. It
Empty
works
Bottle.
for a blues rock band. It would be perfect.
Yeah, see, that's what that was the name I came up with for a new band and that we're now forming, and we're like, okay, well, we'll do a name, and I just instantly I said, Empty Bottle.
I like it.
You know, it fits blues and rock, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
You know,
Does
Ziggo,
it?
I'd have to hear it to really give it the final. Kill Caesar, right? By the way, I thought Kill
Okay.
Caesar was just don't touch Ginsu knives in the month of March, but these guys went way deeper than I knew.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, little did you know, Paul, they're gonna name you, or Peter, they're gonna name you Caesar here in a little bit.
Okay, now I got it. Ides of March. Thank you.
Or we would just have to, and we might have to book a gig together. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I'd be honored.
Speaking of progress, that was another thing I was going to bring up. Did you guys know that Dream Theater is playing in Riverside in October?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm
them.
going. It's on a Zig Zone night. It's going to be a replay that night. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm going.
Yeah.
You and
Did
the
they
mail
actually
lady should,
sound the same
Tiff
after
should join
Portnoy?
us. And then also JJ, you going to go?
Yeah,
Sure.
If
I'm down.
I'm playing or not.
Okay, well, but get your ticket.
Yeah, the new drummer.
I've already gotten our tickets.
Mike Manganini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I know he's really, really
Yeah,
good.
he's,
Wait, so is he better than Portnoy, or is
He's
he just?
different.
He's different.
It's
He's
different.
different.
Better.
Yeah.
He's just different.
Which you
Oh,
would,
as far as
Which-
technicality wise,
it's
Yeah.
what he
Technically,
still has
definitely.
that really just all over the board.
Yeah.
You know, time signature change. But like when I said I did the filled in for that drummer.
Oh, wow.
I'm a double bass drummer, you know, and I play a very larger kit like Scott does, and the drummer that I filled in for played a 4-piece kit. So when it was like me filling out, I'm adding all this other shit, and that's when I was like, you know, who gives a shit? I go, yo, you know, so, yo, fuck, it changed everything, you know. But yeah, he's not. I mean, obviously, he still has to play.
yeah.
You know, to the old stuff. He still has to play. Like Scott, you know, he will add some of his personality into, you know, Mr. Crowley. But he still has to play
Yeah.
Right.
Ozzy.
Still has to be
he
the
can't
feel.
Ozzy or
venture
Sabbath.
off. He can't he can't venture off into no man's land. Because then it's gonna be like, oh well, you know, it kind of takes away from the whole thing because when you watch their band, they look like, you know, this singer looks like Ozzy, and then the guitar. Oh my God, the guitar player is amazing. It looks just like Zach Wilde.
Yeah.
I ain't not shitting you. He's got the fucking whole thing, got the long ass hair, the beard. I'm like, oh,
He
holy
play- He
shit.
plays very well too, and what's even more crazy is I think it's his pinky finger is like a half because he cut off half of it.
Holy cow.
So on his
Oh wow.
fret
And he
finger,
can still do
and he
all
can
those
still
crazy
do
leads.
yeah.
Wow.
With his
Yeah.
pinky.
With
Too?
yeah.
Wow.
He uses it's either this one or this one. I can't remember which one, but yeah, it's amazing to watch that guy.
Yeah, I saw a Dream Theater play about 4 years ago at Fox Theater in Riverside. My buddy got me front row seats, and I'd never seen a drummer play like that. And I was watching, you know, his feet, and I counted his rhythm with his feet, playing with both, never went below like 130. I mean, how do you play that? It's like, don't Scott, don't your shins hurt? I mean, I couldn't believe it.
It's just, most of the timing that I keep is with my feet. You know, even like that's what most people when they watch me play, they'll see that most of my timing is kept with my feet and a little bit with my hands, and then everything just bounces off of that. So that's how I count is with my feet, and then everything else balances out with that. So it's just every drummer is different, but yeah, those guys have that time signature is just so obscure that just you have to kind of count with your feet and your brain thinking backwards and forwards and yeah.
Yeah, what he was playing with his feet, and then what he's playing with his hands, I couldn't figure it out. It was that I'm like don't even know how people how people play like that, but I figure it's probably
Yeah.
easy for you guys.
Yeah, I saw that documentary when they were doing the tryouts for the new drummer. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen parts of it.
Oh my God, it was mathematical. It was just like they had all the notes written out. They were reading the notes. John Young and Patricia. It was incredible what they were doing with the keyboards and you would think after all that they would just play it out of just the ear. Really, they're playing the note. They're actually playing the notes. On the sheet music.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was just like, wow, that's a whole different
Music like metal and that kind of genre as well. It's all an orchestration. It's not, everyone thinks, oh God, it's so noisy and blah, because the typical brain can't take it in and diagnose it and see what the hell they're doing because they're not musicians. But from a musician standpoint, when you hear bands like that and see them play and pull it off live and all that, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's an orchestration. It's not just boom, checka boom, and a couple notes and fills here.
Yeah, AC/DC. I mean,
yeah.
God bless AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know what I
it's
mean?
not-
But it's not that simple.
It's a whole different animal.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You can get great music from two different avenues, like Dream Theater, where it's they play off a full score, and then you get like Van Halen that say they can't read anything, and great music coming out there. So what's great is you get wonderful music coming from both sides of it.
Right. Well, I think one playing by ear. That's one thing. I mean, I could read sheet music, but playing by ear is just more
Organic.
natural or organic, as Paul would say. It's
The only
you.
thing-
It's not something that's put down on a sheet.
Yeah.
And you're like doing what is it that game where you step on the pad? You know what I mean? My kids had that shit.
Yeah.
And
Am I gonna? I don't want to admit that I know what it is, but yeah.
Like Guitar
Come on,
Hero or
Vinay, because you're
whatever.
sitting. That's why I'm looking at you. So I was looking at Peter, and then you're
He
like
knows
going,
too.
Are you talking about Dance
He's more
Revolution?
Asian than I am.
whatever that is. Yeah,
That's the
you
one.
know,
Video
you,
game?
you step
That's it.
on
Yeah,
the
DDR.
pad. So it's structured.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, music is an adventure.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be structured. But when you are talking about Dream Theater, it's there's so much to it. There's so much that this will be my fourth time seeing them live. And if you obviously you got to take in the whole band, right? But if you sit there and you watch each individual instrument and what they're doing, and you're just like going, what the hell? I mean, fingers are just, like noodles.
Yeah.
I mean, like, holy cow, what the hell?
That's the part that makes me sick, because they make it look effortless.
Yes. and the keys and drums, I mean,
Right.
for God's sake, really. I mean, that's just some of the most impressive percussion in music, I think is Dream Theater. I mean, and obviously, Rush, but,
Yeah.
it's just, I think, like what you guys got going on, I think you're on the same thing. You're just like, from what I heard of the tune, which don't take too long. Oh, it's just right here? Okay, because I want to hear another one. Okay. I think that you guys are in that same kind of category
We're trying.
where it's what I call a blessed mess. You know what I mean? Like everyone's in their own world, but it actually all fits like a puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, like my hairdo.
No,
There you go.
trust me. Not like his hairdo. We did me and him and it was a track day. So my brother lives in Palmdale, and so we were at Willow Springs. We did a track day on a motorcycle. See, next time that you start talking about I'm gonna do the same exact fucking thing.
Give me shit.
So this guy wakes up the next morning, right? And so now we're gonna come back home. his hair was, it looked like God, like you dragged him to the forest or something. And we're at the restaurant, we're eating breakfast, and it's just, I mean, I'm like going, fucking with JJ, dude. And the waitress, she was being so nice to her, but I kept seeing her when she was like, she'd be talking to you, Vinay, like, you know, and she's just like looking at his head.
What is
So
wrong with
not like your hair.
You should have
going
just said
on?
that you're the keyboardist for Simply Red. You know, Mick, what's his face, right?
Oh God.
Or what's his face? The guy that gets he was on Saturday Night Live and in old school 70s.
We messed
Male singer, yeah. And he would just see he'd get on.
Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker.
Oh God.
He was on SNL.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in that was a great one because John Belushi.
Right. He imitated him.
Dude, it was awesome. Yeah,
wow.
but his
Like
hair
having
so.
Having a seizure on
Oh,
stage.
and then the Wonder Years guy, the Joe Cocker, the
Huh?
Yeah, that's your hair.
Wonder Years. The,
No.
Taking yours.
No, you're
Cheers.
Joe Cocker. So how about
Yeah,
this?
but
what would you
that's
do?
that is Vijay's hair.
If I sang you too, that
He has famous hair.
Right. So, want to give us the next tune? So, as soon as you get back behind there, let us know what the name is, and then you guys can give us an idea of what how you guys wrote.
How
that.
about World and You?
We got a call.
We got
Oh,
a call.
we do.
Slacker.
How come we didn't hear the ring, ring, ring?
It's by my wife. Stop drinking.
What? Keep drinking?
It's ringing on the phone, not on the computer.
Huh?
Well, it stopped. Well, let's play the
Meh.
song.
Oh, we just ignored
That
somebody.
was probably the guy with the right answer who just lost his tickets.
right. Dang it! Just
Sorry, man. Call back in.
let's see.
But where's the
Man or woman.
shit?
Oh, look!
Yeah, he is calling back.
They're calling again. But where the hell's the program that picks up the phone? Hold on. I'm having technical
Oh, damn.
difficulties.
Why does it always happen before our show? That's what I just don't understand.
People change shit.
I'm telling you, man, we get sabotaged.
Click, 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 click. Yeah.
What was it? It's sabotagey. Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
It's sabotagey. I tell you. Did you find it? Is it? Can we answer it?
Well,
Well, they'd have to call back first.
No, he said it was ringing.
He said it stopped.
Hey, you know how Bugs
No,
Bunny?
he said they came back again. Good. Bugs
Okay.
Bunny.
I was gonna tell you, you know how you like Bugs Bunny? Mel Blanc was in a coma. And they thought he was done.
good.
Doctor comes in and says, "What's up, Doc?"
Software's not
He answered. That's how he came out of the coma. True story.
Really?
Mel Blanc Sr. His son eventually took over the voice animations, but yeah, I forget what kind of head trauma he had, but he was in a coma. The doctor, as a joke, said, "What's up, Doc?" and he responded, and that's how he eventually regained full consciousness.
Really?
And that is truly useless bullshit. I'm really good at that.
Nice.
That's actually pretty
Thank you,
awesome.
Alex Trebek.
Actually, I remember there was a story. There was a kid that was in a coma, and
Oh, he's in the
he he was a big fan of what is that? Not Blink 182.
Oh, Jesus, you're a new prick.
Find the program.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
This up on-
They sing the song "Dumb America" or what is it?
Oh, the Green Day?
Green Day.
Yeah.
Okay, played their one of their hits.
Sorry, I ain't got the
Kid came out of a coma.
Oh wow.
While they were playing it. They put the headphones on and boom, kid came out of a coma. And then of course Green Day the band, they found this out and then they went and said, hey, wow, it was just amazing, and get the power of music. And
Hell yeah.
Let me see if I can interrupt him.
go ahead.
Yellow card.
Huh?
No, you were
No, we
on the
heard you
first
before. Now we can hear you. Yes.
Was that the band?
Yellow card?
Yellow card. No.
The one with the violin, late 80s.
No. That's not the one I'm looking for.
I couldn't even tell you what that is. I know there's a soccer fucking foul. That's it. Give you a yellow card.
I'm telling you, I'll know. I will know as soon as someone says it. Will know.
You have any idea, Paul?
I have no idea, man. I was stuck in Depeche Mode, late 80s.
Dude, that's another good band.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Depeche Mode.
Timeless, man.
They kick
Never could get into
ass.
that. I was too metal though.
Oh, really?
It's too weird, obscure Primus and
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
King's X and
Yeah.
just weird shit. Mr. Bungle and
What was
Faith
that?
No
What was
More.
that person's name?
That was Gig Boss.
Was it Gig Boss?
Yeah,
Oh,
I need
what
to
the
sign in.
hell?
Whatever the software that takes the phone calls on the computer needs a sign in apparently. So while we were playing this song, I will text Bernard and get that fixed.
Okay, very
Right
good.
on.
So, anyways, the next song is
World in You.
Which one?
World in You.
There it is.
Okay, so heads up on that one.
Boom.
No, heads up on that one.
Well, heads up. Where did World in You come from? This is a song that I wrote a few years back, and the message is basically this. For me, the message of the song is the most interesting part about it, and it is basically, stop looking outside yourself for answers. The world is in you. Let's see if
Very nice.
that
And-
rings true.
And trying to hear the difference between the violin and guitar where they disguise as each other here. It's
Yes,
pretty
let's
cool.
see if that. Yeah, you can figure that out. Go
Very
for it.
good. All right, World in You. Kill Caesar.
don't know what's in the stars and where do you go? Just live for the moment before it can fade, embracing the mystery, let of your
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I was. It sounded like you were actually plucking, playing like a guitar. It was strange. What effects were you using on that?
I had reverb, a little bit of delay. I was playing and distortion, and I think you guys added Dan added a little more distortion and a little more bass on the bottom end. But I just play through like a Line 6 multi effect direct into the board on that recording.
Interesting, because when you mentioned that, now I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna look for it. I'm still gonna listen to everything as a whole, but definitely jumped up from the last song.
Yeah.
It changed, which I like.
Way more Stone Temple Pilots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally different vibe from the last song. Which is cool because you don't have to sound, every song doesn't have to sound like the same band or to sound the same. That's what makes good bands better.
Yeah, you should go on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah,
Any album that you put
I
in there,
definitely like.
it drives me absolutely fucking nuts, dude. That when a band gives me a CD and then I play it. I listen to the first two songs, and I'm still listening to the first two songs.
Yeah.
8 songs in, drives me nuts.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's like, okay, no, guys, here's the whole thing about music is an adventure. Take an adventure. Make it just go off.
Yeah.
Make it a roller coaster ride. I've never been in a band that when you listen to one song, there's no 2 songs that sound alike. Shouldn't be that way.
Right. So that's what I love about bands like Zeppelin. I mean, if you listen to the whole of their catalog, they did everything. Rock, blues, jazz, country, progressive rock, orchestral kind of arrangements, right?
Yeah.
But they're not often remembered for that, but every album had that kind of foray into
Yeah.
something,
And they were really big. I mean, well, actually, Robert Plant also. Have you
Yeah,
got
I
any
still
Robert
follow
Plant
his
albums?
stuff.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Still great stuff, too.
Oh, and he got into, because he captures stuff from all around the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be Arabic or African, South American, Asian, and it just, and he has all these. And when you watch him live, so all these different instruments, like really weird shit, and then all these background singers that are just like it takes you on an adventure, which I'd love our plan.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
just what it
India
was.
stuff, and then Alison Krauss. And this last album he did, he was living in Texas, playing with a bunch of local musicians. There, I went, man, God, he goes all over the place. But what a palette to choose from.
Right, and like you said, I mean, Led Zeppelin, same thing. They they played a bunch of different types of music, and Robert Plant was a really big fan. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were really big fans of Southern, blues and folk music.
Yeah.
Huge fans of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of like Kashmir.
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, I was listening to an old folk tune, and this note, da 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 da, was in there, and then he just kept playing it. It's like, and it one of the best tunes ever made, hands down.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't not love Kashmir.
Yeah.
That song is just
It's
so man.
I call it the double A, the A and A, the ambience and atmosphere of the music, the song. I mean, it's required, right? I mean, you have to make sure that you're bringing in, the people that are listening to it on a very visceral level, right? I mean, and it's hard to achieve that level. It's hard to achieve those kind of songs, but when you're playing a set, I think for me, one of the most important things is to be able to kind of, not just play the chords, but really just play the dynamicism of the music and the ambiance, right? I mean, it's to me that's really important, right? So,
Have you guys seen with Jason Bonham with Led Zeppelin
I have. Yeah.
and Kashmir?
Yeah.
Man, And what I loved about it is that Jason didn't like make it like, okay, well, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna take it into this other direction and just like really just mob the drums out. He didn't. He did add little timing signatures that was just him, but you can tell that it was in taste of his father. You can tell that he didn't do I'm not. It's like modern drummer stuff. It was still kind of jazzy, kind of
bluesy, kind of hanging off beat almost.
And it just I can appreciate which is where I don't know if you guys Bonham, he made 2 albums, right? The first one was really, really good, and it was like, okay, yeah, then this is he's got you can hear the Zeppelin-ish feel. Second album, suck donkey dick, dude. And I'm like, oh my, yeah. See, now you're just trying too hard, to be. It's nice to venture off, but it was horrible. I have both albums, and it's just like, man, I wasn't a big fan of the second one. But Bonham still plays, and he still has that whole tribute to his father, which I can really appreciate. Yeah. Not trying to go into it was supposed to be drum clinic tonight,
Right.
so. But I just as drummers, I just get into this whole, and we start talking about
Yeah, and I didn't realize that he's playing with Sammy Hagar now, right? Him and Vic Johnson, and you hear him.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize. It sounded completely
plays with
different.
a bunch of different artists.
He does, but I guess it's the flavor of the year, right? What is it? The chicken
Chicken foot?
No, it's not.
chicken foot.
No, it's not.
It's not
chicken
chicken.
foot.
It's not
No,
chicken?
it's
No,
Sammy.
no,
I thought
no.
it's Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
Yeah,
the
the
one
circ.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it on the beach
Yeah.
last
Chicken
year.
Foot is Chad. What's his face?
Chad
Yeah,
Chad
from
Smith
Chad
Yeah.
Smith,
Chad Smith.
from Chili Peppers.
and Joe Satriani. And, yeah.
So you saw them live?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the circle one. Yeah, I went to the beach party last year.
right.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Down in Hindsight?
What a pain in the ass to get in, though. Jesus,
Really?
they had everyone was waiting in line, and we had buddies that were camped out there and had so we're just sitting there drinking and having a good time and waiting to get in, and everyone's just like, "What the hell? It's supposed to come in we were supposed to be let in an hour," and what happened is they didn't put down, because it's a beach, they didn't make it handicap capable for them to wheel on the beach, so they had to put these boards all over the place where everything was at, and that's what took so long. But other than that, it was a fun show. But
I want to give a shout out to Keith and Mike for chiming in. Love you too, brother. Brother from another mother, and of course, again.
oh, the battery's getting low. Darn, darn.
It's his girl. It's a long story. We're not going to go there tonight. But she's called the mail lady. So that's why we have this here. The only reason we have this here is for Tiff. But
So I'm curious, man. I mean, you say your girlfriend's Japanese. I mean, how did you dig the rock vibe, that whole lifestyle?
like,
I mean, has she embraced it? Because
well, I mean, okay, I get where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
right.
Well, think about all the bands from the '80s. Because when I started dating her, I dated her. We started dating in 1993. So this is, still, she was still in '80s. She Cinderella, Motley Crue. But she had moved out here from Japan, and in Japan, where do you think all these bands became super duper huge?
Yeah.
In Japan.
Yeah.
Dude, Cinderella was huge in Japan before they actually became huge here or anywhere else.
Yeah.
But being a drummer, and I had long hair, and I was a lot thinner, and she likes drummers, and
Giggity.
yeah, giggity. She's like, oh no, look at that guy,
Giggity.
and I got her when she was fresh off the boat.
Hey, you make racist statement.
A fob.
She not wear flip flop all time.
my White girl told me about she call them fobs.
Yeah.
Fresh off the boat. Like, oh god.
But-
It's
That
funny.
your dog? You look tasty.
You know, but you know, one thing I like about Asian women is they're very faithful,
Oh, absolutely.
and they really love their men. And they're willing to, you know, be a woman to their men, not like like a lot of the chicks. Like I've dated pretty much almost every nationality, and I guarantee you, Italian women,
no, thanks.
you don't want to date an Italian woman.
Hell no.
I'm from New York.
What are you talking about? I'm making you a snack. Why you no eat?
Hey, fangulo.
Paisan. Matcha.
Now I hit her. You hit her with the fryer pan.
Middle Eastern
Put
women,
it in with your head in the fucking fry pan. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Middle Eastern women are crazy.
Any
They'll
Mediterranean women are
They'll
crazy.
kick you in the nuts really quick.
Yeah, no. No thanks.
A sister, don't piss off a sister. That's just the
Or a
worst thing you
Latina.
want to do.
Pretty much don't piss
Latina,
off
yeah.
any women.
You know.
Well,
If you piss off any woman, you're pretty much screwed.
Well, but think about it. You know, I say things, and I'm stupid. My woman,
Well, mine
she
gets-
accepts me the way I am, and I say stupid shit. I do stupid shit, you know, but not to where it's like out of really super out of context.
Yeah.
But you know, she tolerates me.
yeah, it seems
You know,
more
and she does a
acceptable.
really really good.
She accepts
she's
all
good.
our
But
bullshit.
is that actually your question? Or am I going life way off in the deep end?
Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going, man. I mean, you know, the typical, the typical Asian.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
the Asian community, I guess you would say, it's a little off, right? I mean, there's no they don't gravitate naturally to the Tool or the Deftones or the Aussies. You know, they're just kind of in a different kind of mode, in a sense, right? And I find that in a way, in a personal way, a little bit kind of a challenge.
Yeah, well, they listen a lot like K-pop and stuff, right?
Right.
Well, we did a show at Fantasy Springs, and it was oh god, what was her name? Tiff knows. One of the biggest like K-pop stars that is a Korean pop star out there, and she was playing right before us when we were playing on the outside stage, and all the Korean it was an Asian invasion, but all of them stuck around and watched us play. It was pretty cool. I was like, hell yeah!
oh, that's when you played
At Fantasy Springs.
Yes, in the desert.
Yeah, the casino out in Indio.
This is
Yeah, I
when you were
mean,
playing with the
I
Aussie
think
trivia?
at some point we just need to break that barrier, man. It's just gotta, it's
Oh,
gotta
they were-
resonate.
for Paul's
They
sake.
did that night. They were hanging around watching Ozzy. It's like
Yeah.
go from K-pop to Ozzy. That was great.
But Scott, you know what I've noticed about, and to your point too, what I've noticed about Asian culture is that they like any kind of entertainment that's over the top, particularly music. You come with costumes or a stage show or something like that. They're naturally.
They appreciate
They totally appreciate that.
entertainment. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you know, the American. That's the one thing we mentioned many times on the show, is that people are so just like stuck in like okay, it's heavy metal or nothing.
Okay.
It's it's death rock or nothing. I go to a fucking burlesque show.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a play. I mean, right
I wanna
now,
go to a burlesque
right
show.
now, when we walk out, when we leave here, I'll turn on my truck and I won't even touch my stereo. Guess what you think I'm listening to right now? Anybody give me an idea what I'm listening to right now?
I know.
Taylor Not So Swift.
Okay.
Well, you're bringing up burlesque over and over, so
Oh, okay.
I am going to say
Conjure
something
Foe.
like Tom Waits or something really kind of
Okay.
deep like that.
I don't know, man. I've got so many things on my channel. I don't even know.
I say Miley Cyrus. Did you see the
They
look he
just
gave
don't say
me?
Justin Bieber.
He just gave me that look. I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, it's he's like Five Finger Death Punch guy.
I'm listening to Symphony. Love it. Love it to death. And in which we were talking about the different instruments and how, you know, if someone's out of key, it's amazing how a conductor can sit there and he's up there and he is listening to every single note. And if one person hits a wrong note, he'll know.
Yeah.
Just like that. Amazing. But I love there's just how so many instruments can play so many different things and it come into one and just make this beautiful music. You know, you know, percussion and strings and air and wind, you know, instruments. It's just wow, just amazing. I love that to pieces. So yeah, you're all wrong. And I'm not making shit up. We'll go out to my truck and I'm gonna turn my truck on. You'll see.
I believe it.
It's actually I think it's 91.5.
Yeah, KUSC.
KUSC, yeah.
Yes, KUSC. I love that. It's just, you know, I get in these modes, you know, and I might just listen to heavy metal, and then I just might listen to blues, and I might listen just to jazz, and I might do that for like a week. Could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks, could be, you know, a month, and you never know. Country, whatever it is, it just like because this is the mindset I'm in.
Yeah.
And then when I practice, you know, I just jam with myself at my shop, you know, jam with myself. That's what I'm playing. I just put my headphones on and just you know,
So
Just play with yourself.
bomb myself, yeah, and play with myself.
So this is one of my favorite stories about. Oh shit! Why is the name gonna slip my mind right?
So you're in the same spot.
God
See that,
damn it,
Vinay?
yes,
There's the brick wall right there.
Yeah.
I might need one of these.
It's
to
the
help.
red light brick wall.
It's the age, man. I'm telling you, man. It
It is
catches
the
up.
age creeping up on you. Okay, it'll come back to me and I'll tell the story.
Well, I just had a revelation. I just realized you guys are talking Asian women. And for the last 15 years, I've been thinking Haitian women from Haiti. So I just thanks for straightening me out.
Ooh, man, I dated a Haitian woman too. She was crazy. I did it like 3 weeks, man. I thought she was gonna turn me into a zombie.
They do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really.
You ever see the serpent in the rainbow?
Like I
thinking of a
pissed,
musician?
dude. I pissed her off, and she was like, oh, like went into like hex mode or something.
Oh shit!
You know, like next thing you know, I'm hearing fucking drums and weird monkey sounds and shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Hey, I'll tell you guys something.
And I was missing a lock on my hair.
Damn, that's serious then.
No, I'm not kidding. This is true shit. I'm not making
yeah,
that shit
that's
up.
some voodoo
I
shit.
was missing a lock on my fucking hair.
From both heads.
Dude, stop pissing women off, Zig.
Right?
Hey man, but do you want to know something that'll get your heart rate up and get you a little nervous? It does for me. There's this V, you might know, Paul, you might know it too. There's this place called Baked Potato up towards up in LA.
That's where
Point that way, LA. You're
Sorry, west.
oh god, drummer
That's
for Megadeth.
that's west.
West. There we go.
The drummer
West.
for Megadeth. That's where he passed away on stage
Did he really?
at the Baked Potato.
Yeah. Baked
Nick
Potato.
Menza.
yeah.
Baked
Dave
Potato.
Menza,
yeah, they get an open mic night. They get all these jazz people in there. Some are studio cats, and it's kind of like it's a man. You piss your pants because you go up there, kind of crawl up there, and they'll play in typical jazz. You know, they'll play long, extended sets, extended pieces per instrument, and they'll throw you the ball. Now they're not rude enough to kick your ass out, but if you don't play well, the ball doesn't come back. It's like basketball in grade school. You just don't see the ball anymore. But if they like you,
Yeah.
you throw the ball
Same
back,
with-
you get back.
Same with the Ultimate Jam Night at the Whiskey.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We're doing that again this tomorrow night.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
We're opening it because they're doing every Tuesday they have this Ultimate Jam Night. Just nothing but rock stars and any genre of music, and then each Tuesday is a different theme, and this one's the best of Ozfest.
Oh, nice.
So they're having us. God damn, dude.
This is still round.
I get it. But yeah, they have a different theme every Tuesday. So they asked us to open up the show, and bunch of big wigs up there. I think the bass player from Suicidal is going to be there, and oh god, there's a bunch of different
Who's
ones.
the guitar player from Sweet? What's his name? Long blonde hair.
Sweet.
I've seen him there a couple of times. I forget his name.
Oh, I think I know.
You know
who
what
you're
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Scott? Is it like playing pickup basketball? Something like, hey, I'm a drummer. Is anybody a bass
No,
player? Oh,
no,
it's more
they don't-
prearranged than that.
It's prearranged. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like just hey, come up and jam. No, you got to be emailed and asked to play, and they pick a song for you, or they'll give you like we're doing a 40-minute set to open up the night, and then they'll like call us up, different songs if we're picked to play.
Yeah.
But this night, I don't think any of us are doing anything. I think it's just we're going to do our set, and then I got to get out of there because I don't want to get stuck on that 60 freeway. when that thing
Is
closes.
this the whiskey bar in LA?
The whiskey a go-go?
Sunset.
Yeah,
Sunset.
yeah. So
Yeah,
they,
I'm kind of new to it.
oh, okay, yeah. No, it's an iconic place. I mean, I've played there so many times, even way back in the '80s when I was
Is that
like
the
a
one where
teenager.
there's the little driveway and then there's a little eatery place right next to it with the
Yeah,
open patio?
Rainbow.
Or am I getting them mixed up?
Well, you
No,
might be
you're thinking of
Roxy.
Rainbow and the not the Rock. Yeah, Rainbow and the Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy.
yeah, Roxy's the one way.
Yeah, Rainbow and the Roxy have that little
Yeah.
turnabout thing,
Okay.
but it's just down the street. It's the corner building that has all the big sign on it, the big
Okay.
marquee,
Same side of the street. though,
black
so-
building. It's yeah,
How do you like playing at the Whiskey?
I love it.
Yeah.
Especially when you do the jam night, because I just give them my in-ears and they dial it in, and everything's good to go. If you play with your original bands and stuff, sometimes if you're doing a headlining show, it's great. If you're opening up, it's kind of a shit show. It just depends on who the sound guy is there and what band you're playing with, and if they give a fuck about you or not. But most of the time, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
But great audience all the time. I mean, it's places always got a crowd there. Jeez,
Never mind,
But-
mate.
a fun place to play. No, for sure.
Hey, Scott, how long ago did you start using inners?
Probably about, gosh, must have been 6 years, 7 years ago, something like that, almost 8.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
There's
You have
JJ's
to
right
grab another one because now Peter decides he wants to join the.
Okay, grab
Join the
the.
fray.
Jeez, you
it?
guys,
Oh,
this is
inners.
like
Inner ears. Go ahead.
In-ears, yeah. No, I bought my first wireless set and my in-ears when I was with Hour 11. And those guys were like a really tight, technical, hardcore. They were kind of like a cross between like Seven Dust, a little bit of Tool, something like that, but very technical. Very, very technical. Oh, good. Yeah. Here. Go ahead. Don't you?
Yeah, because Scott might have one of
oh
his
man, Scott, you reached out. I
homophobic-
thought you were going to pull out the urine samples. I'm
Or the
abstaining.
colostomy bag, right?
No, but I ever since I tried it, it isolates the sound, and you can hear everything now.
Okay.
And you can dial it in, and you can even get your own mixer and mix it yourself if
Yeah.
you want. Yeah, he doesn't like it, and the other people in the band are like the same way. When we have to play the Samuel, the Brock and Brews, yeah, they make everyone wear in-ears because everything's electronic. There's no amps on stage, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just all electronic, and they go through the PA, so you have to wear it. And it's something you got to get used to, but I love it.
You know, it's funny. He was hiding this bottle.
I wasn't hiding. I was just getting it out of the way.
That's for the parole officer.
Look at that fucking thing, dude. That's gonna last a few shows. I mean, usually we'll go through like a bottle because we share it. We have no problem.
Last
sharing.
time I brought
we
one,
appreciate having guests in. That's if you're a host, right? You should take care of your
Thank you. Yeah,
guests,
we really
right?
appreciate that. very
And
much.
he pulled that thing. I was like, look at that. I'm like, holy shit.
What do you do?
I know. Props, dude. Love it.
he brought one that just save that for the next or whatever.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my brother Vince on and have him bring one of his family's Mexico. He has a family in Mexico that owns a distillery. And they make a tequila that it's only distributed to the family. But they might sell like a few bottles, but the bottles sell for like $500 or something like that. Some really ridiculous price. And this tequila is so good. I mean, literally, it's like you broke a bottle when me and JJ went out there for a track day, and after the track day, yeah, we're back at the same hair weekend, but this tequila is so good. Oh my god! So I have him on so we can do that, right? All right. Cheers, guys.
Salud. Cheers.
Salud.
To Kill Caesar.
Here's to
Slow
Chaotic
Chunks.
Radio.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, the Zigzag's not going anywhere. We are going to be around for a while.
Yeah, one more tune. Hey, did Gig Boss
Yeah.
did we ever get to connect with Gig Boss on the phone or no?
He said, hold on a second.
All right, cool.
See if Bernard.
He was asking if the band that was in question was Yellow Card,
Yeah, no.
but Zig said no. But yeah,
So-
Bernard fixed the phone so we can take callers now.
Oh, we can. Okay. So there we go. Now we can.
So next song.
So if you want to call in, it's 909-323-2626. And it's only on my show that the chaotic stuff happens. But, you know, we overcome. We
Number
conquer and
9.
overcome every single time.
Yeah. So which song do you want to do next?
Number 9, please.
Number 9. Do you want to give it a little intro?
Yeah, Paul's gonna set this one up.
Yeah, it's the lyrics of it is the overarching kind of theme is it doesn't matter what your past, present, and future is in your life, it's always going to be okay. I mean that's
I can dig
as
that.
far as
Yeah.
as far as the philosophical version of it, right? I mean it's about a fortune teller way out in nowhere. Telling your fortune, and then you're going back to the fortune and having a conversation with that person after what he said. So,
Very nice. All right. Let's do it.
Number
Kill
9.
Caesar. Number 9.
Nightly trips, I'm here for the cure. Stitch me up, must be a way. I'm sure in 90 desires they will crumble, left me with lies. Cries for tomorrow, come back. It's not enough.
Very nice. I like that change up in the end.
Thank you.
That guitar
kinda
sound
like-
is nice.
Yeah, it is. Digging it. I'm liking it. Liking
Thanks,
it.
man.
Liking it.
Thanks, man.
I was. I'm a big vocal person. Not just me being vocal.
Yeah.
I have a talk radio show, but I'm a big fan of vocalists. Let me put it that way. And I like to see. Was Sabotage a band that was it? Can I go to your house and I can see a Sabotage album?
No.
No?
I can't. No.
That's interesting.
No, man. I'm I don't know. I grew up listening to The Cure a lot with Robert Smith.
I can
Robert
hear that in the
Smith was a
guitar.
big influence. Kind of went into the whole Bono U2 thing for a while for me in the 80s. Certainly, Dead Gahan with Depeche Mode.
Ooh, what about Bauhaus?
Yeah, Bauhaus. I listened to Bauhaus. Yeah, there's a lot of different influences, and then I as far as just kind of growing up, mature kind of way, Chino from Deftones kind of had a big influence after a while, and certainly Maynard from Tool, and then kind of gravitated towards the Tom York thing from Radiohead for a while, and I just kind of went all over the place, and then like it's like you, man. You go to my house right now, you turn on the radio, it's Chet Baker. It's just, it's just smooth and just being able to find the pocket to say the right things at the right time and finding that melody that really resonates within that moment in time, in that moment in the music.
And it's very difficult to be a vocalist. I think that is probably because once the music is laid down,
Yeah.
the vocal actually is the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Because let's take Tool for instance.
Yeah.
Now let's say that let me just pull someone really obscure out of my head. Let's just say Jeff Tate from Queensryche. All right. Let's say he was going to do create some lyrics over Tool. Never would have sounded the same. Never would. It just wouldn't have worked
Right.
whatsoever. A vocalist has to not only enhance the music. Did I fall into did my ears did I fall into like a microphone?
Oh, I turned the
dead
PC
zone.
audio down, so there's like a little echo effect from it.
Oh, okay.
But we were going to test the phone, that's why.
I'm just making sure that I'm not going deaf.
Yeah, no, my earphones are down too.
I know,
Okay,
it's
because
like-
it just kind of like when you're going up a hill, like the Big Bear or something like that, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like your ears get clogged. Listen, I don't want to sit and go, trying to pop my ears. So, but the vocal has to enhance the music. It has to, it has to build on top of the foundation that it already has. But it can't bury it. You know what I mean? And I think I'm gonna give you props, Paul, because that you definitely don't do that. You don't bury the music. You're actually with
Yeah.
the foundation of the music behind you.
Yeah, and I totally get that from like when you go to a Tool show. I mean, it's the pocket, right? I mean, everyone has a role, in what you're playing, right? And Maynard doesn't come out to overpower everyone. He's like, he's one.
He's another instrument.
He's just he's just another element of the music, right? And I really feel that. I mean, I feel like there's roles you have to play as a musician. You don't want to be the David Van Halen guy that kind of just kind of does the in your face stuff. It's really when the music happens, you really have to kind of know the role you're playing, right? And just be in that pocket of how that four measure is supposed to be at that time. And again, I mean, as Kill Caesar, I mean, we don't always get right. I mean, it's we're still growing as a band, but as a vocalist, you know, not as the front man or the singer or the guy who lays down the melodies. As a vocalist, I'm part of a symphony, right? You know, I can very well be the timpani or the xylophone or, you know, the oboe player, you know, and I have a role to play in within the confines of the music, and I get it. As a vocalist, I'm able to define the identity or the character of the song, but at the end of the day, I want to be able to be a musician, to be able to play within the lane that I'm given, right? So, you know, to me, that gives me a lot of satisfaction as far as bringing in other musicians into the fold, being able to kind of become a 5-piece or whatever band instead of one guy singing and 4 guys playing the instrument, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I take it.
Yeah,
Very good. Yeah.
I'm a huge opera fan. If you go to the LA Opera Company, you hear a performance there. A lot of times, if it's in Italian or some German, right, they'll have the English translation on top. And what I heard, Paul, with your singing and the way the first couple songs you laid down, it was really like an opera to me. I don't think I've ever told you guys this. I told my wife, but I didn't tell you guys. But it's the musical palette that the guys lay down. It's almost like a movie where they set the background and they write the script, the screenplay. And like I said, Paul's not a singer. Right away, I knew he was a musician because he interprets. And he's not, hey, I got to be out front. Just like he said, he can be the chorus, he can be the harmony. Then when he has to, he can punch through. And there are not a lot of singers that can do that. I think even the greatest opera singers, they're noted for, you know, do they have the ability to and the humility to sit in the back and support, and then when they need to, they're the lead. And that's what these guys really, I saw it clearly right from the beginning, and I was so humble and appreciative of that was there. You know, none of the lead singer, hey, I'm David Lee Roth, I'm the front man, I'm the showman. It's, hey, I feel where I'm needed. It's that sense in, you know, in orchestral training, they talk about ensemble as a group, and these guys have it in spades. That's why the other two do too. So the 5 of us together, it's the ensemble. No one's hogging. Everybody's trying to make it so they can tell a story. And when he lays the palette down, we lay the palette down, and he tells the story, man, it's like magic, and I'm not kidding you.
Well, I can tell musically you guys are diversified. You know, you can tell that from the get go, and I totally appreciate that. I love that kind of shit. It's just it separates talent from just really good noise. You know what I mean? I can bring up, I'm not going to, but I can bring up some bands that are really badass, really good noise. Same song.
Yeah.
Through the entire set, but if you want a mosh, you're good to go.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, he turns to me and says, hey, can you play this part more like David Gilmour? Fewer notes, more passion. And it was perfect for what he said. It was, you know what I mean? Totally understood what he was saying, and it fit perfect.
It's very rare that you know, anybody that I play with throughout, you know, my drumming, you know, life, were like going, hey, you know, think of this drum, like think of Bonham, or think of, you know, Krupa, whatever it is.
Right.
I think I've been told that, or even asked that maybe 5 times. You know, in all these years I've been playing, and I was just told that recently, and I think it's been probably 10 years since the last time I've been asked this question. But the new guitar player that, you know, we're doing, he's like going, hey, he says, I want you to think of this, and I'm like going, okay,
Yeah.
and it put me in that genre. But I mean, literally, I had to like, okay, well, just let me give me like it's like when your computer wants to download something, update something. You know what I mean? I actually had to go like, okay, well, let me give me like about 30 seconds to get my brain in that direction.
Have you heard of a guy named Devin Townsend?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know Devin. Okay. So he is like that, Zig, and he's like so over the top. This is the way that he rehearses his bands. He gives them kind of the kind of the demo tracks to listen to and just kind of get the idea of the song or get the structure of the song. When he gets them in the studio, what he does is he has a big monitor in the studio, and he will play videos of things like of like an ocean. He'll just have like a loop of like a scenery on a beach, and he'll say, okay, this is what I'm going for in this section of the song. Everybody just watch this while you're playing and recording. It's amazing, you know, that he himself describes it as a kind of synesthesia, where he hears notes purely as emotion or purely as colors, you know, and he himself says that he has trouble sometimes translating it to other musicians in words, or, you know, just by giving them notation. That's why he does that. He says, this is what I'm thinking. This is the emotion I'm thinking. See if you can recreate that.
Right. Yeah. And it's I think it puts you in a more of an emotional, you know, connection when you're trying to create something, or you know, trying to even do a change up. Okay, well, you know, here's where we are. Like, I like the change up in the last tune.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of throw you off. Like you just jumped off the boat all of a sudden. You know, you were like cruising down, and all of a sudden, let me jump off the boat. You know, it that kind of thing puts you into, you know, the whole, you know, just the synchronicity of the music itself, the adventure.
The adventure.
Right.
Takes you different place.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Did you hear the album he did with Steve Vai?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Crazy, because he was
He was like 19 years old at that time, right?
yeah, that's probably my favorite work he's done. I mean, he because now he just that what's the band he's with? It's just like, it's total hardcore, like just screaming, and like he's not even really singing in it. It's what the fuck is that band's name?
Oh, what he did after Vi?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Strapping Young Lads.
Strapping. Yeah, that was.
Oh, those guys were fucking awesome.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were great though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Devin Townsend.
Peter,
Yeah.
did you just pull some fucking hand cleaner out of your bag and like?
Yeah, it
Are
wasn't
you a
in my.
germaphobe?
Hey, just remember this: 5 modes of disease transfer: feet, feces, flies, fomites, fingers, and you will succeed in life.
This fucking guy.
And yes, I did, Zig, pull out some hand sanitizer, but it wasn't from my pocket. It was from a very warm, dark place that the proctologist likes to examine.
Jesus.
You know, because I do the same thing when I leave the gas station. I have something inside my console, my truck.
Yeah.
And I gotta
Yeah,
do the same
exactly.
thing. But anyways, we are going to close out on the chaoticradio.com app. But you guys ready? 30 more minutes?
Sure.
Yeah,
Is
stay
it?
with us on Facebook Live.
I've gotta go.
I know Scott's got to go.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck on the 60s.
Yeah.
But
the
anyways,
60's closed.
but yeah.
No,
so,
it's not. 10 o'clock.
Oh,
So we're still going to be good to go on FB Live, and we're going to be good to go on YouTube. So yeah, just stick around. We're just going to shut down right now. And we are.
whoops! I meant to like slowly bring that volume down.
And we're back. But I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Learn to Ride VC. Again, if you want to ride a motorcycle and you are in the Santa Barbara, Ventura, Simi Valley area, and you want to get on a motorcycle, just go to learntoridevc.com, and you will. It's a nice where they have the range at. It's a nice serene area. It's in the farmland. It's at a high school. It's like in the middle of like nothing. But it's not cooler than it is in San Bernardino. Just want to say that for sure. But go on to learntoridevc.com and you will. I just might be instructor there. We also have another sponsor. If you're in this areas of where Scott's from, Lake Elsinore, Temecula,
Lake Elsinore.
Corona.
I'm in Menifee, dude.
I got a boner in Corona.
Yeah, Menifee. That's still like Elsinore,
Dude, that's the
Temecula.
same fucking thing.
It is. It's the same
Corona.
shit, dude. It's fucking guy.
Methafee.
Yeah, but there is a site right in Corona that's right just off of the 15.
Wait, no, your other one, Corona.
And there's Corona. And there's also at the Elsinore the Storm Stadium. So if you want to ride, you can go on there. It is RideRight, RideRight.net. And then sign yourself up. And that is another site that I teach at. And I just might be your instructor. And I guarantee you it will be a great time. I love to make it because it's motorcycles. You know, when you ride, we tell 14 rules before we start the range. And those are the rules that the CHP, the CMSP tell us. Oh, sorry. Aren't you supposed to be gone by now? It's 9:04. Aren't you supposed to be out of here by now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
bye.
waiting.
After one more
Bye.
shot.
No, I'm out of here.
Una más tequila.
If you guys want one, you can have one. But yeah, I got to drive. I'm good.
So where was I? What was I saying?
Yeah, man, we're neighbors. I live right up off Van Buren in 250,
remember-
not too far from you.
I remember
Oh,
the
yeah.
story
Alexander.
I wanted to tell.
Van Buren, the 215. That's not Menifee.
No, that's like Sun City and Paris. That's actually like Paris.
Yeah, I live up in Riverside, just before, just
Yeah.
north of that, right by the Air Force Base. But hey, man, I got to give a shout out to someone who lives out where I do, because it's really hot out.
It's hot as balls out there.
Here he fucking goes again.
Anyway, tomorrow night, be at the Whiskey. So free show. Anyone wants to go? It's Best of Ozfest, and Crowley will be opening the show at 9:00. So
That's Scott. You guys start at 9.
Yeah.
You're back? Okay.
yep.
All right, very
Have a
good.
good
There you
show,
go. I won't be there.
I know you won't. You won't be there on the 29th at the House of Blues either, will you?
House of Blues Anaheim?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll tell you right now. This is how easy this is.
Mm-hmm.
Since my whole life is programmed, like months in advance. Whoops. The 29th of August. Yeah,
It's a Thursday.
it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna give me a ticket?
They're free.
Is it free?
Yeah, just let me know how many tickets you need, and I put your name at the door.
Okay, very good. So, honey, Muffin, do you want?
I'll be
What
there.
time? What time?
Uh,
Because she works. I know we don't want to do the whole time thing, but
I'm not
she
sure
does work.
exactly what time it starts. I think it starts at 8. I think we go on at like 9 or something.
Okay,
I'm not
she should
positive
be up by
though.
that time. So, Muffin, do you want to go see Mr. Crowley? Let me know.
It's us, an ACDC tribute, and
And very good. And then
another
the
one.
JJ too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So figure 3 tickets.
When?
29th.
August?
Yeah.
Okay, Thursday. Yeah,
All right.
I'll be there.
Just
Bitch boy.
message me for sure. How many? Yep. Yep. All right. I gotta
Right,
head
so
out.
go- yeah, so
but,
go home.
Yeah.
So you don't hit traffic.
Well, no, I don't want to get fucking stuck on that fucking freeway shit.
And the mail lady
Well,
is,
you can go
is
straight
waiting
to
to
the
ring your
15.
doorbell.
Not my doorbell.
Scott.
Actually, we're on the 10. You could just go around it all.
Scott,
No,
are you home?
you can't.
10 to the 215.
No,
And then down to the
no,
60.
you can't.
Yeah, because that's where it reopens.
No, it gets fucked up all around there.
Well,
believe
yeah,
me.
it's going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
go
screwed.
a different way.
All right, see you later. Bye.
I got a
All
shortcut
right,
back
fuckers.
home because I'm like in the middle of it. So I just take back roads. It's like, no problem.
So, Vijay, while he's getting the fuck out of here,
You want another tequila shot?
no, I want to hear another tune
Okay.
Yeah. This
because
one
you had
is-
4, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, this one's Smile Again.
Smile again.
Smile again.
You want to do
Yeah,
Intro?
Paul, you want to do a setup for Smile Again?
Oh yeah. I just from 10 o'clock on, I wouldn't stay and get anywhere near there.
This is from your Seattle days.
Yeah, this song is like a very. It's got
it's got some old character to it, right? I mean, it's a very old song. Me and a buddy of mine, John Kerry, with a different band wrote while we were in Seattle. We wanted to write a very simple tune, very catchy tune. We were into a very proggy kind of technical kind of band for a while, and we wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit and to introduce a kind of a ballad type of tune to it. But it's got some character. I think we did some justice to it for what it's worth, and Smile Again, originated from Seattle.
All right, very good. Can dig it.
Nice.
I like
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
It's very subtle, yet aggressive at the same time. And I love the whole the chains ups and I love the staircase. That was a nice little addition. Dun, 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 dun. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Great.
You
That's,
know.
and he just turned to me. Remember, we were just playing. He goes, "Hey, let's try playing it this way." Bang. And you hear it, you go, "Yeah, that makes a lot of sense." So it's
It's just
playing with these guys, man.
things like that as a bridge. Like we need to, instead of being consistently doing something, let's put something right here. It might only be like 4 measures. It could be 8 measures.
Yeah.
You know, could be 1 measure. Who knows? It's something that goes in there, boom, and it's gone, and it's like whoa, and it just takes people like boom, and then they're back to the music again. I like that. I love that kind of stuff. You know, people call them change ups. You know, I call them staircases, or whatever. You went off on a different path. Love it.
That was the idea.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
But and so that was a recent recording?
Yeah, that was recent.
December, January.
Yeah. So all these tunes that you heard, these were all when we started out. Everybody just brought to the table kind of their best tunes, whatever they had. So we recorded those. That was that became our EP. Since then, we've been writing together, and our writing process has been very collaborative. Like we get into the rehearsal room, and somebody will come up with an idea, and we'll jam on it for like a little bit, and we'll record the whole thing. And then one of us will go back and. Usually me, I'll go back and kind of do the edits and kind of find the parts that worked well and try and kind of iron them out and say, okay, yeah, this can work as a chorus, this can work as a verse, sort of thing. And then I'll bring it back and we'll continue working on it that way. But our writing process has become very, like I said, it's very collaborative. It starts with just an idea or a jam or something, and
Yeah, because you've got a couple of. I mean, obviously you have a show coming up, so you have a whole set.
yeah.
So obviously, what you recorded 4 songs, and then here you are. You're playing a set of how many songs?
Yeah, it's gonna be like 8-9 songs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is much nicer when you get to play a nice long set like that. Not, I've seen my nieces play at the Canyon.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, look, you have this much time to sit. Well, they were the first band, so it was actually a lot easier for them. But their time set.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things it just really bugs the shit out of me is when the sound guy goes, okay, last tune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I swear to God, I want to go up those stairs that say no entry and bitch slap that dude. Don't do that. You everything should be all timed out right from the get-go, right? Or do a flash of a light or something like 3 flashes. When you see 3 flashes, that's the last tune. Nobody knows.
Right.
Don't go over the mic and say last tune.
Yeah, like you're a stripper that has to get off the stage.
Right? Dude, let's be more professional than that. Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to be like, like the new club, and it's 2 shots, 2 beers. Guess how much I paid?
$40. Yeah.
Wow. I use food stamps, so I don't even know. I can't relate.
It was $40 after including the tip.
Yeah.
Where was this at?
The Canyon.
The Canyon?
The new one right here.
The Santa
Montclair.
Clarita one?
Yeah, right over here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice venue.
Yeah.
The sound was really nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, let me just give you some constructive criticism. One, don't charge so goddamn much for drinks, because if you want people to spend money, you can't.
Well, are they paying the
I
bands?
can't. I mean, guaranteed. If I'm buying, you a beer and a shot.
If they're paying
And
the
it's gonna
bands to
cost me
play, then
$40.
that's helping them too, though.
What? No, they're not paying the bands.
Oh, well, fuck them then.
So how many? And now you and I are gonna watch like 3 bands. How much money do I have to have? For reals, you know what I mean? It's like even if we're splitting the bill, okay, I'm gonna buy this round, you buy that round, in the night, dude, you're like, fuck, you're close to a couple $100. Right?
Yeah, we went in there today. We walked in, and we thought the layout was even nicer than Pasadena or the other locations. I didn't know that the drinks are like that.
It's very nice. I mean, but you have to cater to the audience, the people that are going to pay, because they still cost you to get in. I get it, but
Well, if you look on the menu,
just-
they do offer financing. You can get a mortgage for your drinks.
right. 130% financing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And then just my opinion to your sound guy. Just don't do that over the microphone. Flash a light. Click, click, click. Or have a I don't know,
Or a little
red
digital
light.
counter on the stage so you can see how much time you got left. Kind of like
Yeah,
that.
something. Yeah, it's 2019 for God's sake. This is not 1970.
Yeah, we're living in the future.
Right?
We got flying cars and shit.
Have you ever had that happen to you? Have you had that happen where you just hear him say, "Okay, 2 minutes, you're out," while you're performing?
No.
No, never over the mic.
While they were
It's,
performing, they did that?
That's pretty. This.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
disrespectful.
Oh shit!
Oh.
When I was playing with Visions and we were opening up for Lynch Mob,
Mm-hmm.
this fucking guy, the sound guy, just completely just shut us off.
Damn.
Like we're like in the middle of a tune.
No, sucks.
Did he get stabbed afterward?
He was close to it.
Yeah, that's Full Metal Jacket, bar soap, and the pillowcases.
Yeah, he was really close to it. Like really, dude.
Some Coke
And
cans in a pillowcase?
Well, guess who you can't shut off?
The drums.
That's right.
Man, I went right into it, so I just kept on playing. Man, they were closing the curtains. Man, these guys started the stage guys started mobbing the stage, pulling mics, and I'm still playing.
Like a kung fu movie, they're trying to get you out of there, and you're drumming and kicking them out.
I just kept playing, dude. Oh my god, yeah, I need to say we're invited for. Well, we weren't invited again, but they ended up making it they sold it shortly after that. The '80s club or something.
Oh, was
right?
it
yeah,
M15?
yeah.
No.
No,
Now it's a new club. It's the '80s.
Yeah, it's
club.
the 80s
Right,
club.
right.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
So this was probably maybe 2 months before it turned into this. So
Yeah.
fuck 'em. I left my footprint there, bastards. At least when it was M15.
Yeah, they had
But,
$15 beers there too. I mean, it was a big beer, but it was $15. I was
Yeah,
like,
but it was a
fuck.
big ass beer. But I mean, God, for God's sake, for JJ. I mean, my band played there frequently. We were there. We played for a lot of the national acts, and I don't know. Maybe we just got. Well, then plus with when we were there watching other bands with Chaotic, like Reclaim the Sky and my little cousins Dianthus and all that, and it was just like, okay, yeah, maybe we got a discount. Maybe we got bigger beers. All I know is
Nope,
that
nope.
I didn't leave. I left and not without having to pay $100.
Oh, nice.
And then it's grateful that my micro doesn't drink, so
Oh.
I just handed her the keys. There's been several times where me and JJ and Scott passing out. I'm sitting there having a conversation with Scott. Yeah, blah blah blah, and he's talking back to me. Yeah, blah. And I mean, I'm on some kind of tyrant, or I was just talking, and I'm like blah 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 blah. And I look over, and he's sawing logs with his head against the window. Well, we did that several times, but of course we'd always end up at In-N-Out. Yeah, yes, In-N-Out's the best. So after a gig,
Yes.
you guys are hungry.
Mm-hmm.
In-N-Out's always that.
That's what a hamburgers. Finish it, Paul.
After a gig for me, I always see a Chinese restaurant back when I was playing. It was like the one place that was always open.
Ooh, what about
Right.
like late night ramen?
He's
That
like-
would be badass.
He's like, yeah, I want the Kung Pao chicken and whatever that is.
No, it's the soupy stuff that got me. It was And it was after a long night, it was just sweat and stuff, and it just, you know, it was the best thing. I'm from Texas too, right? So I mean, the other thing is Whataburger. You guys ever heard of Whataburger?
You even say it like a Texan.
Here we go.
Because it sounds like Waterburger. but
Whataburger.
It's Whataburger,
Now,
but it's pronounced Waterburger.
Whataburger. All I know is it's spelled WHATA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wada.
There you go.
Wada.
They have the
Whataburger.
best marinated chicken sandwich I've ever fucking
Okay.
had.
So now
anywhere.
there's no Whataburger in California.
Nope.
There should be.
Now, they did a. I'm glad you're here, and it's funny because I'm from Texas, and this guy's fucking more Asian than most Asians in the United States.
Hey,
But
they have Asians in Texas too.
I'm just
Well,
Just
they
one or
had
two.
One.
just
They all work
roll,
at they work for Toyota.
roll with me. Roll with me. So there was this thing that the best burger. And Whataburger was voted the best burger for 2019 in the United States.
wow.
Really? In
I
the
know
whole
that.
U.S.?
And the U.S. It was
Dude,
voted the
their
best
burgers aren't
burger.
that great.
Now, of course, it started with all the franchises. Burger King, Jack
Did they
in the
rig that
Box.
election too? Or?
Probably. So it got down to
They had the NRA behind them.
In-N-Out, In-N-Out, Whataburger, and Five Guys.
Oh man.
Isn't that
And
West
I-
Hollywood?
And I forget what was
Habit?
Fat Burger.
Okay, Fat
Fat Burger.
It literally got down to those four. Now, Fat Burger, well, they did franchise, but Fat Burger, when I was younger, there was only two of them. There was one on Restaurant Row in Hollywood, and then I forget what the other one was. Now there's one up the street. But now
what
they're all
about Tommy Burger? The chili cheeseburgers.
They weren't it. They weren't in. Not Tommy's. I know. So my thing is, I'm going to ask you right now.
Yep.
I haven't had a Whataburger, so I can't say. But you've had In-N-Out,
Yep.
and you've had a Whataburger.
The thing with Whataburger is it's a very large but flat patty, kind of like a Whopper.
No, it doesn't matter how the fucking size. I mean, she could say it was big, but the guy with the smaller penis could have pleasured her more.
She's
You
just
know
said,
the
stick a
big
burger
difference
up there.
between Whataburger is it's the mustard, man. They
Yeah.
lay on the mustard.
Don't put mayo on a burger.
Mustard on the
What?
Whataburger, and they do the jalapeno. If you get it with the jalapenos, done. Game
yeah,
over.
but what's I'm just saying what's the difference? I think it's the burger itself.
Yeah, the meat quality is good.
Yep.
So okay, so now back to you, Paul. Whataburger, In-N-Out, because your decision's gonna. If you say Whataburger, that means I'm gonna have to go out of the fucking city of California, and I'm going to Whataburger, and I will hop on my motorcycle, and I will get my sons, and we're just gonna mob out there, and just to taste a goddamn burger.
You should
Dude,
actually do that.
when I was living in Seattle, we didn't have In-N-Out, right? So we would go to Vegas. We would literally go to Vegas, and the first thing we would do is go to In-N-Out, right? But
But wait, hang a
it
second.
doesn't beat a Whataburger if when you go
No?
to Texas.
Whoa,
It
really?
does not.
I still think
Wow.
Whataburger's
It
chicken
does
is the
not,
best.
man. You go to it's just that maybe it's the size.
That's what she said.
I've always been
Maybe,
Chiquitos. So I don't know.
maybe it's the fries, but it's a whole different experience with Whataburger. I'm telling you.
Okay, so do you take your fries, you put them on the burger?
No, don't.
What do you mean?
Guys, I'm a fat burger guy, and for a very good reason.
Do you like the egg on the burger?
Now, so are you? I was born and raised in South Central LA.
Okay.
So, where were you born? I mean, where were you raised?
I'm from New York.
You're in New York. You didn't have Fat Burger in that. You had the
No. But here's the reason. It's very scientific. You know Tia Carrera from Wayne's World?
Yeah, she's hot.
She has she owns a bunch of Fat Burgers. That's why I go to Fat Burger. I still have yet to see her come out and go, Gumbo, here's your burger. But I'm waiting. Very scientific, thank you. I dropped the mic, but I don't have it. There you go.
Hold
Tia
on.
Carrera.
Tia Carrera.
Okay, so now
Wayne's
does
World.
does
Wayne's World.
Okay.
so now does Whataburger have like a secret menu? Like you can go to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Just love it, and a 4x4. It's
Whoa.
Well, one Whataburger
dude. If I'm
patty.
gonna have a burger, I'm eating a burger. I'm not gonna go there. That's like going, okay, well, shit.
man.
You know, I'm gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings and eat like buffalo wings. I'm gonna eat the ones that they give you a T-shirt for. Oh my God, this guy ate that shit, and then everyone's like in the restaurants watching you eat it, and you're like going,
Well, you could do a double or a triple, and probably a double would be more meat than a 4x4, or about the same, because they're bigger patties. Because that's the thing with In-N-Out is they're small. Like a double is a snack. You can't fill yourself up on that.
no, that's why get it 4x4.
Unless maybe you're not stoned, but I don't know why anybody wouldn't be.
4x4.
Dude, I mean, it kind of depends on which part of the country you're in, right? You don't go to Texas to go look for an In-N-Out burger. You go to Texas to enjoy the Whataburger experience.
Hey, doesn't Texas have? Isn't there that one where they have like the 2-pound burger or like 5-pound hamburger, something like that? It's like some huge.
I think they have those here.
It was on.
Oh, there's some place in
that-
Pennsylvania that had
the
a 6-pound burger on Food Network.
No, it was Texas, and then they have like the steak, like some
The
kind of-
96 ouncer.
Oh
man.
I mean, the barbecues and the steaks.
Well,
always...
all I know is that the place it's in Texas, and the waitresses dress in nurses' uniforms. It's like
Oh, that's Heart Attack Grill. That's
that-
Vegas.
I have no idea.
No, that's
not
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Really?
That's
What?
not Texas.
No, it's not Texas. They might have branched out to Texas.
Yeah.
Or, I mean to Vegas, but no.
No, they started in Vegas.
Wait, what's the name of it again?
No.
Heart Attack Grill. The one where they wear the nurses' outfits?
Yeah, they have like the bypass, double bypass, quadruple bypass.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's like it's not that's
I'm pretty
Texas.
fucking sure they started in Vegas.
No, they started in Texas.
Well, maybe a
pretty damn
Texan
sure.
started it.
Yeah.
Texas started everything.
So back to my question. You've been to that place where they had that big ass thing of meat? It's like
Yeah, there's always meat in Texas, man. And there's always thick, and the meat in Texas is.
have you
a whole
done one of
different
those?
thing.
Have you done one of those? Where
No. You gotta go into that. What is it that if you can eat it, it's free kind of thing.
Yeah.
All the time in Texas. Yeah. Those
What's
kind of
that?
places.
There's a chain there that basically it's a barbecue attached to a gas station. What is that place? It's pretty famous. They have them in Austin.
Is it in Italy, Texas?
I've seen them in Austin and some other place.
Because there's a place in Italy where they have this giant fucking grill. It's like fucking 100 feet long or something. And they're famous there.
Oh.
But I think the best thing, if you ever go to Texas, get yourself a couple pounds of like barbecue brisket and just like go to town. You'll fucking love it.
The one thing you gotta
brisket
do,
anywhere else besides Texas.
a couple things you gotta do when you go in Texas is Whataburger, Taco Cabana, and Tex-Mex.
Oh, what about Del Taco?
Tex-Mex is
Oh,
the
no, wait,
name
that's
of
the
a
one
chain?
here. No, Taco Bueno.
Or just
Del
Tex-Mex is-
Taco. What the?
Not Del Taco, man. There's no other taco in Texas.
No, it's
there's
Taco
there's this place
Bueno.
called it's a franchise chain. It's called Taco Cabana. It's like the upscale version of Taco Bell.
Ooh.
So you got to wear a tuxedo?
Everyone goes to it. It's a
gotta
Texas thing.
Wearing
Right.
an orange and a blue tuxedo.
Personally, I haven't been in Texas for a long time, but I mean that's what I grew up on. Whataburger and Taco Cabana and Tex-Mex food.
Okay, so there it is. I'm gonna have to make a road trip and have a Whataburger.
And some brisket.
Because I just can't believe. I'm telling you, when I go there and I have it, if it does not beat In-N-Out or Fat Burger, I'm guarantee I'm gonna have a show dedicated to slamming Whataburger. And whoever thought that they were the best goddamn burger, like this fucking guy right here.
No, Fat
I'm
Burger.
gonna be like going, Paul, God damn it, Paul.
I think you need to
I
get
drove
the chicken sandwich
I
there
drove
too.
250. I rode 250 miles, man, and that burger sucked. Paul, where you at? No.
Well, the best part about that road trip is you get to go through New Mexico and eat green chili on everything.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they have. There's probably a Whataburger in El Paso where you can get green chili on the burger.
Dude, you should be able to get any kind of chili on any burger, period. I'm Mexican. I have to have... My shit's got to be kicking.
Well, the New Mexico chilies,
just saying,
they
it
only
has
come
to
out
be-
once a year.
Todo caliente.
Unless you're in New Mexico.
No, there's all kinds of chilies.
Oh, no,
There's
no,
chilies
no.
from all over the world.
All right, I know this is your show, but no. The Hatch chilies are the fucking best chilies in the world.
Shit, you know, we ate a... me and Vijay ate the... What was it? The Carolina Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't impressed.
And then we had one of the
Wasn't
scorpions.
impressed?
No.
Hmm.
No, it wasn't the whole like
Yeah.
people you see on the YouTube.
Right.
You know.
We were all still crying.
Yeah,
but I mean, it just wasn't
didn't-
like
we
we
didn't
didn't
have
go
to be
run into the
saved.
bathroom.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We ate a Moraga scorpion pepper.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit!
It hit
See,
faster, but it wasn't
yes.
hotter.
It all depends on how fast the heat. It was
It was like instant
it was
heat.
hotter. No, it
No,
was,
I don't think it was hotter.
I think it was.
But then again, the Reaper. Remember, I bought those fresh, and we had to wait a couple weeks, so I put them in the freezer and then thawed them out, and I think that affected the flavor.
I would think that would marinate those seeds more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And maybe it wasn't a really hot batch of Reapers. I mean,
Yeah.
they were still hot as fuck.
You guys in the hot shit?
And they
Yeah.
both those chilies woke me up
Okay,
about
good.
2 or 3 in the morning.
Because you know what, I got a buddy of mine that wants to bring in some hot peppers that he grew.
Oh wait, we
Are you
signed
gonna do
ourselves up.
like a tasting.
Yeah, he's gonna bring some in. He said he wants about. I'm still kind of leery about that because I'm telling you, after we did the Moraga scorpion pepper,
Yeah, I don't think I need to do that
I was
anymore.
really bad for like the next 24 hours.
I want to do the hot taco challenge though. Remember we were talking about that with Brandon.
Oh right.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Oh, that's Brandon from Mendenhall Experiment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a big
It's somewhere
hot
in
guy.
Riverside.
But he's like going, yeah, he I guess somebody made him a taco, and he's like, oh yeah, it was so hot. I'm like going, really? All right, Brandon. Hey, if I do a taco challenge with you, you're gonna eat the tacos. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, if this is the same place I've heard of, he was on Food Network. That crazy guy that does all the crazy food stuff
This
was here. They have 6 tacos for the taco challenge. Each one is hotter. So if you get through all 6 tacos, they put your picture on the wall.
No, this was one that his girlfriend made or something like that. It wasn't like
Oh, I thought it was the hot taco challenge.
No.
Well, sorry, I signed us up for that.
Yeah. Oh, did you? All right. Are they coming in?
No, we have to go there, but I don't know where it is. I thought he did because I thought that's what.
No,
it was.
he needs to like make the tacos, the set of tacos, and then bring them on the air so we can do it on the show. I think that'd be awesome. I'm doing.
Hell yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, put the hot sauce on there.
But at least it's not just a pepper. At least you're like eating something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm down
then
with
it's
that.
different.
And then we'll invite Vinay.
I'm here, man.
There you go.
Sweet.
Man, you must be Mexican. It's like that saying, right? Mexicans like to suffer when they eat. Which means it's got to be picante, man.
See, here's when it comes to heat. If you're still eating, you should be sweating. But you should still be able to eat and still have flavor.
Yeah.
If it's just heat, then then you're just all you're doing is going for like some kind of heat factor. The Scoville, let me just go ahead and just torture you. No, it should be, but you can go to, a couple million Scoville and still be eating and,
Really?
but you got to keep eating.
Yeah.
But as soon as you stop, that's it. I've done 2.3 million Scoville. That's the hottest level I've been in. That was like, that was the Moraga scorpion pepper. And it was like, yeah, no.
Wouldn't do it again.
No.
Wait, so-
My intestines were pissed off for a little.
Yeah.
for
Does
a
that mean
little
we're gonna have one of these times a spice off between the two of you guys? I mean,
Why are you
No, man.
volunteering
No.
us?
You like hot stuff, Paul? Are we gonna? Can we join
man,
you in this one?
The Korean cuisine is all hot, right? Like Indian
Yeah.
curry stuff, right? It leaves your intestines begging for for something 2 days later, right?
Actually, it's I think it's called the dragon pepper or shit. It's something to that extent, as far as description wise, and it's a thin, and it's a red pepper, and I've had those too, and man, yeah, I think it's like 1.5 million Scoville.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, what do you guys know about the Scoville?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, like people's like jalapeno. You're not a hot guy. Okay, so now.
No, man. I can get
So
chortle
now-
by drinking milk. I don't need the spice.
Okay, so now Peter, how if the Carolina Reaper is it depends on how it's grown. It could be anywhere from 2 to 2.5 million Scoville. Okay, so now what on the Scoville level do you think a jalapeno is?
Oh, jeez. Alex, I'll take a phone call to help me for that one.
I don't know. One.
Isn't it one?
One.
It's like 300.
Oh, 300.
300. So you can imagine you're going into
In the millions.
you're going in the millions. You're like going, oh yeah, that shit's hot,
No, man. That'd make my hair plugs fall out.
right? But if you're eating with food, see, that's the whole thing. It's the preparation. Right? It's different. And at least you have some kind of consistency instead of just the pepper. You ever watch those the pepper challenges where the people are sitting at the table and they keep on upgrading their pepper?
Yeah, hot ones. Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
whatever. Yeah, I'm like going, holy. I'd rather do the hot dog thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I'd rather just trying to eat like 100 hot dogs
Yeah.
than keep on eating peppers.
Yeah, but you said that, like, your stomach's wanting something 24 hours.
It's not
Well,
just your stomach; it's your entire intestinal system.
So what do you do? I mean,
It
what do you
just,
eat to calm it down? Bananas?
yeah, no, you just it's sometimes milk helps
Milk.
after a while.
Yeah, milk. There's something in milk. Kind of like dilutes. You know, not fully though.
I'll bypass go. I'll just go for the Malox.
Yeah, say. See, you know, when I had my colonoscopy, if the doctor said, you know, hey, instead of putting me through 2 days of like drinking this, you get this like they give you this powder, you know, and you have to like mix it and with water and that's what your shit that's what you intake for 2 days.
Barium.
You don't eat. You don't have anything with color, dye in it. You can have water. Can't have soda. It's for 2 days.
Yeah.
And it just makes you. And they give you this little flavor packet. Yeah. Let's give you a little lemon.
Bubblegum.
Doesn't work. Okay, it still tastes like shit.
Yeah.
But so you've been there.
Yeah, the barium. Yeah.
Okay, so you had a colonoscopy.
Yeah. Even when I didn't need it, I thought it'd just be fun. It was in East LA somewhere.
They had a coupon.
Talk about a trail of sorrows.
Right? 20% off.
No, I paid them.
Oh my God! It's just I can't believe, dude. Just you know what? If the doctor would have said, "Here, just eat this one pepper, and then just drink water for the next 2 days," I would have been okay with that. That's basically what it felt like. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, but Hey, JJ, when do you do for your colonoscopy?
I don't know. I mean, I'm turning 50 soon.
When do you do?
I'm due.
You're overdue.
I'm overdue, probably.
I don't think I really need
What-
to do
what-
one
what-
because I
what's-
already know my prostate.
Peter's my doctor, so.
What's the age of the bands? The band members. Don't be afraid. I'm 50. I'm 52.
I'm 47.
Okay, I think
47.
50. I'm 51.
I'm 50.
Okay. What's a drummer?
29?
No, he's in his 30s.
Is okay.
Oh, he's young.
The drummer
Okay.
and the bass player are in their 30s.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, young guys.
Yeah.
So you're the old man of the band.
Yeah.
I am, absolutely. I am trying to grow this thing.
Great. So no, he's already been over the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you guys
I've
are
never had
next.
one, so I was just like, cross my fingers.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Clean bill of health.
I've been
You know,
fingered
so
twice already, and I'm only fingered
stoked
49.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be done.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be looking forward to that one. I'm just saying.
No, man. They
It's
got
a
a new.
it's a whole shitload of fun.
They got a new diagnostic where you can kind of take a little sample, a little pipette thing, and you ship it in. I'm not kidding you. That's no joke.
No. Let me tell you.
Don't tell him that
Let
now.
me tell you how this works. Okay. Here's what you do. You take a dump, and they give you two swabs.
Yeah.
And that's what you send into the to the lab. I just did this. This is like a couple months ago.
I had to do a stool
right.
sample.
And I'm like,
It
I'm
had
like going,
little scoopers in it.
Isn't that like hazardous?
Like is a
waste?
hazmat? Yeah.
That's why you do it at your
Right,
house.
isn't that hazmat? Yeah, but you're still sending it through the freaking mail. So what they do is they have you swab your turd.
yeah.
Then they have you swab the water around the turd.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Kind of like you're making a drink.
With mine, they wanted me to scoop some
See,
of the turd, but
Paul's
they
like,
said not to
see,
get any of
Paul's
the water.
over there
in it.
going, really?
That
Do I
sucks,
gotta do
man.
that? Paul, you married?
I've never
Paul,
done
you-
that.
you married?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay,
married.
very good. Then there you go. See, he gets, hey, honey, I'm going to take a dump. Read the directions
probably listening
and
right
follow
now.
directions,
But,
okay?
oh, no, I won't.
Yeah, you know, the old-fashioned way is better. You know, like the Star Trek mouth, like Captain, brace for impact. Here comes a fist. Right, like that. How does that? You know how an OBGYN shakes hands? Hey, how you doing?
That's gross, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I'm in the gutter. I'm sorry.
See, that's the best way to end the show. Just a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Sweet, man.
That's
Oh, it was
awesome.
a lot of fun, man.
And I can't make the Laguna show. That's just too far away. But
Next time.
when you guys get something more local, okay, let's get you guys to just like pop on in and plug the show, and then me and Vijay will be there, and Atsuko.
Awesome.
We love me and Atsuko. That's our thing. We just love to see live bands.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
Yeah, I think the live show's definitely more of a right in the vein a little bit with what we are right
Yeah.
now as far as a group.
Yeah.
Than some of the recorded stuff that we did kind of early on the stage in the stage of kind of.
Well, you know, also the thing is we have to make sure that people go to shows. I mean, it's different than listening to recording, okay? Go see the band.
Yep.
Go out.
Yeah.
Get out of the goddamn house.
Go see any band.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Have a beer, a glass of wine, whatever it is. A fucking cranberry juice cocktail, whatever it is, water. But go see a live band.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that people don't realize how much effort it goes into when you sit there for that 45-minute show or that hour show.
Yep.
People don't realize how many hours and hours and hours that all these people together put in their effort to entertain you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get people that do that, you know, that is what makes it worth it. And when you see it and you absorb the music and just their energy, you know, that's what makes watching live bands,
Absolutely.
you know.
And you will never get that from streaming anything.
No.
From 3D, from
Yeah.
any
Watching
VR.
the video on
No
YouTube, no.
way. No fucking way.
No.
Yeah, music is meant to be experienced. I mean,
Absolutely.
music is meant to have your hairs raised every time you go into something and experience the sound waves. That just it doesn't come through your ears. I mean, the sound waves and the stuff that you experience visually and viscerally, it comes through being in the moment of the entire experience. You know, the touch, the feel, the sight, and the ears. It just it's a whole different thing. So, all your kids down, you know, looking at TV screens all day, just turn it off, once in a while, and come out and see a show. I mean, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, break away from your communication devices. So I didn't touch mine all day. I was going on the screen because I want to make sure we see who's chiming in and if there's any questions. But other than that, go out, see a show.
Yeah.
All right. And thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
I'm
We had a
glad
blast.
you touched base with me.
Yeah.
That made a would have been normally a dull Monday.
Same for us.
You know,
We had a great time, man.
into an
Appreciate it.
exciting show. So,
Yeah.
anyways, thanks again, guys, and we're looking forward to
Yeah, August 17th at Carmen Bar in Laguna Niguel, and 3 other bands on the bill, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And
Very
only
good.
$8 tickets, so
And what time does now, mind you?
Doors
It's
open-
not. It's,
doors
when
open
do doors? 7:00.
7:30.
Get there at
Yeah.
7:00.
have a beer,
Have
a
it,
burger,
yeah.
whatever it is. Relax.
Exactly. Enjoy every single band.
Yeah, every band and the whole experience. Make a night of it. There's nothing else to do in Orange County on August 17th on that evening, so come on down.
Guaranteed. And Uber is a
Yeah.
lot cheaper than a taxi. So you can actually have a really
There you go.
cheap night. $8
Cheap
entry
date.
fee.
3 or 4 bands.
Yeah. 3 or 4 bands.
Great
It's just
time.
Fucking A, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again. And thanks for JG for holding down the fort.
Thanks for JJ.
Thanks for JJ. Thank you, Sid, for having us in.
All right. Thanks for
Scott,
having
even though
us,
you're not
guys.
here, thank you much.
Sweet,
All
man.
right, guys. So again, thanks again for Kill Caesar, and thanks for everybody else for chiming in and our sponsors. And we will see you guys next week for Biker Rally. Good night.
Peace.
That was fun, man.